Hey, what's up, hardheads? Welcome back to my channel and happy holidays. Um, Today, I bought some friends to talk about three, I guess, festive movies to talk about during this holiday season here. We're talking Black Christmas, 7406 and 2019. So I'm gonna introduce some friends here and we're just going to get this conversation started. So first, I have my girls, Kat and Jazz, from Girl That's Scary. Let me bring these guys up here. Hey guys,
Hey,
how are y'all?
we good. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty good. Yeah, we in this. Are you guys excited to talk about Black Christmas? All three of them, actually.
I have thoughts, yes.
On which one or all of them?
Everything after the first, but we're here. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel you. Next, I have Adrian Ray from Slash Her. Hi, Adrian.
Everybody.
How are you?
Doing well. Excited to be here.
Oh, are you?
Very excited, yeah.
So I seen that you had watched all the Black Christmas films.
Yes.
Really quickly, because I know we're going to dig deep into it. But what did you think so far, after like a straight viewing of all of them?
The first one's iconic, and then the other two are there. So we'll talk about
it. Okay. Well, speaking of zero gravity, we have Zero Gravity, also known as I Don't Know Gravity. Welcome, my girl.
Hi. I'm so glad to have something to do today.
Yeah. To hang out with us, right? It's a party.
It
is. So did you watch all of the Black Christmas films?
I had to do homework. I've seen the OG before, have to know your horror history. But I'm not crazy about slashers, nor am I crazy about the holiday season. So I never visited the other two, but I have today. And like everyone else on this panel, I have thoughts.
All right. Next, we have my guy, Mark O. Estes from Midnight Social Distortions on his blog and also on his Instagram. Welcome, Mark.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing tonight?
Pretty good. So, did you watch Black Christmas recently? I know I hit you up kind of late and all that stuff, but I mean, I figured that you probably know these movies from the back of your head. So,
yeah, it's an annual tradition. Sometimes it plays in the background. Sometimes, I just catch it when it comes on. But I've seen all three.
All right. Next, we have the podcast Kill the Dead. We have Grae. We have Devin. And we have Ash. Ash, where are you? There you go. Hey, guys. How are y'all?
Hello.
Fantastic.
Good. Yeah. Squad. Hey. So, did y'all all also watch Black Christmas recently?
Yes. Except for one, because I couldn't.
I already know which one.
Yeah, I've seen the first two Black Christmases very recently, just because of the holiday season. 2019, I wasn't going to spend what they were asking for me to rent. It's not worth it. So I've seen it, but I'm not paying for it in 2020.
Devin, I'm putting it in your stocking. It's coming.
I didn't pay for it. I'll take it.
I do have to say on the HBO Max.
I know. I have to get that.
I canceled my account immediately after Lovecraft Country ended.
Oh, really?
Well,
yeah. There's nothing else for me. I was done.
Well,
I feel you.
Valid,
very much. All right, next we have Kyasia Fields from Monstrosities Voice Podcast and also Kai Effects. My girl, Kyasia. What's up?
Hey, y'all.
Hi.
How are you, love?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Good.
Existing,
I feel that. Stay warm. Stay warm. Cold.
I'm trying.
So I know that you're a fan of the 74 Black Christmas because you are my 70s girl. But how did you feel seeing the other two Black Christmas movies?
Man, talk about a spectrum, but we'll get into that in the discussion. Just know that the last two are interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, everybody feel the same.
Girl.
Oh man. Well, if you guys haven't already, we are here to talk all three Black Christmas movies. But before we get into that, Christmas is pretty much here. By the time this video come out, it will be around Christmas or a couple days before Christmas or a day before Christmas, depends. So if I don't mind asking you guys, what are some of y'all favorite holiday traditions, if you have any? Because I know some people don't celebrate the holiday and things like that. So yeah, I'll start with Kat and Jazz, since y'all next to me.
Okay, yeah. Well, probably making cookies and puzzles.
And putting up the tree, of course.
Yeah, that's the best part. With the dirty dog or some wine.
Ooh, definitely dirty dog.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
What's dirty dog?
What's the dirty? Yeah.
What is that?
Oh, okay.
I like you don't know what a dirty dog is.
Eggnog and some sort of dark liquor, preferably like a spiced rum or a cognac. I like my dog a little muddy. So I just
pour the Henny in there.
That sounds immaculate.
Just keep going. And it just feels warm and fun at the same time.
On top.
I love eggnog. Oh, I gotta try that.
Yeah, I love that.
Delish.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes. What about you, Adrian?
I do watch. I mean, I love Christmas horror, so that's my whole gig. So as soon as December comes around, I'm consistently watching anything that's Christmas horror. I'm so awful. I listen to Christmas music like crazy. I have a whole playlist.
No, you don't.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm awful. And I worked in retail for years, so that shit was like forced onto me consistently. But I'm still, I don't know. I'm a happy person, I suppose. And so I'm listening to that shit all month, and that's all I do, and drink a lot.
Okay. That sounds like my type of party. Grae, how about you?
Normally me and my family will get together. My sister likes to bake, so I'll sit in the kitchen and drink and watch her do her thing until my mom puts my stepdad to bed.
That sounds like fun still. Mark?
I bring out the Christmas movies, but some Christmas movies are attached to my childhood. I used to watch on a regular basis. So on top of Gremlins, I'll watch something like The Goonies or Hook, something like that.
Yeah.
And
I love Hook.
Because we all they put that on for us to sit down and watch while they sit there in the kitchen. So just something like that. And I also drink a lot during Christmas. Anything, really.
Mark, where are you from?
Tennessee. I'm from Tennessee.
I can hear it, honey.
Yeah.
I love that accent. I hear it.
Thank you.
Zero.
Well, I'm not really a Christmassy person. I mean, like I get to see my grandma on Christmas, which is cool. Not this Christmas, but I have an annual custom, I guess. I watch the Matrix trilogy on Christmas, which is a little left field, I guess, but not that I chose that. It's just something that always ends up being on like cable on Christmas for some reason.
They're fun movies.
Whatever channel my grandma is playing, and I will sit down and I will sit down through the whole Matrix trilogy. So that kind of nonchalantly worked its way into my Christmas routine. But I'm home this year.
Yeah.
And I don't have a tree, but
it's red. It's red back there.
Okay, that's what I can do, y'all. But I'm making it work,
Yeah. Hey, we all are. Thank you, COVID.
Yeah. Matrix, though. I'm gonna do that.
Oh yeah, fun movies.
Yes.
Devin.
Hey.
Hi.
I like to get very cliched for the holidays. So that's, the Christmas tree decorating, the making Christmas cookies. watching all of the Hallmark movies, watching all the traditional Christmas films and scary Christmas films. This weekend, we're actually going to double down on our Christmas cookies that we're making and give them out to some of our neighbors.
That's
So
nice.
yeah, so that's and you know,
That's so
and a lot of this too.
Yes.
That's the spirit.
We all getting toasted. Kai.
Well, sorry, y'all. My cat is just being a menace right now. But I have three things. The first thing, my mama is super black, so y'all know Roots is always on during the holidays. So when I was younger, it wasn't like a hey, you need to sit down and watch Roots, but she would be like, you need to sit down and watch Roots. Also, she used to be big on she used to have she makes really nice hot chocolate. So she has like a hot chocolate bar. But now that we're adults, she has like Bailey's and Kahlua. So we have hot chocolate. And we make cookies and get really drunk. And Roots. Yeah, it's like
Do you watch the whole miniseries?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I'd still be watching that. No.
Yeah, because that is
long.
Mom, tell your mom there is a Roots Christmas movie.
That's what I was going to say. The gift. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, no, well, I guess because on TV One or whatever, BT, they used to play Roots all Christmas weekend or all Christmas, like maybe Christmas Eve, Christmas, and the day after. It's just like, Ma, I don't want to watch Roots. I want to watch Charlie Brown Christmas. Please. Christmas with the Crank, something.
Oh, that is great. I love it. Ash, how about you?
Yeah, so I'm kind of a Grinch, but I do have a heart. I love making cookies. I just made some tonight. And it doesn't matter. Huh?
What kind?
They're called like Santa's cookies or something like that, but you use cake mix and you add chocolate and white chocolate chips and sprinkles.
That sounds
really good.
Yeah, elaborate.
Proper recipe.
Yes. But I like to watch A Christmas Story because they show it 24 hours straight, like on every channel, and it doesn't matter how many times I've seen the movie, I'm going to watch it nonstop. Like that's one of my favorite holiday movies ever. And then of course you got to slide in some Christmas horror. So yeah.
Okay. Well, real quick, what is everybody's favorite Christmas horror? And I'm only giving y'all one that y'all would take with y'all. If this is like y'all last day living or whatever, and you have to watch a horror movie. Wow. I'm sorry to go dark, but
I was like, that was so macabre.
But what is like the one Christmas horror movie that you have to watch? Anybody?
It's definitely Black Christmas. The original Black Christmas.
Same.
Everybody's.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm so new to this subgenre. I had no idea this fucking subgenre existed. So
Zero.
I saw Krampus in theaters, which was really cool, and I actually really enjoyed that one. So I'm gonna say that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have
a great choice.
I'm going to be different as well and go with Gremlins. I always throw it on.
Yes, Gremlins.
Yes, love them.
And it's shorter than Black Christmas.
It is.
I don't know.
It is. Mine is not. I mean, mine is to be debated. Like I talked about it on Twitter a little bit, and also a little bit on Instagram. But this is horror comedy. I'll say Scrooged because I need to laugh. I love that movie so much. I never get tired of watching Scrooge. Especially Carol King whooping Bill Murray's ass, fucking him up throughout the whole entire movie. All that one scene. I just love Scrooge so much, so I'll choose that one. All right.
I have to go with Better Watch Out.
Ooh.
Better Watch Out.
After that movie.
Yeah.
That's a deep movie.
I'm kind of salty that none of y'all says Silent Night, Deadly Night 2.
No.
Sorry.
No. There will be no garbage day. None of that.
Silent Night, Deadly Night. It's 45% flashback.
Oh man. All right, guys. So we are all here to talk about all three Black Christmas films. I wanted to get you guys all together for this because I just felt like it would be a cool thing to do during the holidays, especially since we're all stuck in the house because of COVID and stuff like that. And Black Christmas is one of those movies I feel like for each one of them, like I feel like a lot of people love the first one, well, the original. People love that one. And then also with the 2006 remake, a lot of people have like a love-hate relationship with that one. And then the 2019 remake, a lot of people just hate that movie. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's fans out there for that movie, but if you was to compare all three of them, obviously everybody's going to choose that one last because it's not the best.
There's a weakest link.
It is the weakest night.
This will be the one nice thing I say about it for the whole night is that maybe it just wasn't enough time because you have 32 years between the original and the remake, the first remake, and it's like I understand when people say I like the 2006 one because it's the first one they saw. However, 2019 will never get that respect. Ever.
No, it was just a bad movie, dog. No,
I really I get how like 2006 was like you could tell that was a remake of Black Christmas.
Right. Yeah.
What part of 2019 says this is a remake of Black Christmas? Like what elements of that?
Just the title card.
Sorority house. That's it.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow.
Sorority house.
After watching Black Christmas 2019 yesterday, I found maybe 3, I guess, homages to the original.
They were.
Did you? Yeah. And it took me like the 3rd time to watch to see that.
Okay.
What else?
One of them was. I think when they were calling after all the stuff was going down on the 3rd act or whatever, the address was like 1974 Ave or something like that. And the original 1974. Another one was when the girls were escaping, Chris and I think Riley or whatever. And Chris was going into the other sorority. One of the girls that was beating up one of the fraternity brothers, she was stabbing him with an ice unicorn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that's that.
And then the other one is when going back to Chris and Riley fighting one of the dudes in the black cloak. I think one of them started strangling them with a plastic bag over their face.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I just caught those 3 things, and that's it.
Maybe I'm a fan, but like I guess the whole concept of like the fraternity like hating women in relation to Billy hating women, it's like I was like, oh, okay, I kind of get it, I guess, but whatever.
It could have been nothing else. It could have been another entry into the sorority horror subgenre.
There we go.
Yeah.
The lines with the dialogue was bad.
So bad.
The Diva Cup.
I finally gotten over the Diva Cup.
That
brought it back. It's like she did feel like Diva Cup. Y'all gotta start thinking about the fucking Diva Cup.
That
it's like, why does everything revolve around the Diva Cup? Why y'all keep bringing it back? I don't.
It's literally like I said earlier about Twitter. It's like this whole idea of like overt feminism, like Diva Cup. Like, bro, we don't do that. Like, we don't do that. Like,
and we definitely don't pull down in front of me like that.
Do people really do that? Like.
Diva Cups, yeah.
Diva Cups, yes, but doing the Diva Cup in front of it.
Right in front of it, yeah.
What?
That wasn't a pad? Did she put the Diva Cup?
No, it was a Diva Cup. And just
she went full force.
She didn't wash her hands.
Well, either.
Thank you, Dad.
I didn't even think about that.
She didn't use
dirty.
It was
too comfortable.
And then the way she was staring at her sorority sister, like, I'm putting it like,
don't break eye contact. She like locked in with her.
Yeah.
Look at me do this. I'm
uncomfortable.
We're bonded now.
Exactly.
We're legit sisters now.
I think that's when I clocked out.
And that's just like the first like 10 minutes of the film.
Yeah.
Also, the first kill in the 2019, where there was no blood when he drug her body off. I was like, you stuck an ice pick or whatever the fuck that was in her chest, and you just looking and there's no blood.
No blood, nothing, no penetration, nothing.
Yeah.
Everything about that kill was just really
stupid.
PG-13.
It just was like, oh, she made a snow angel. Oh.
Yeah.
That was super cliche.
And I thought, I was like, you know what? That's why I don't really be watching PG-13 horror. Like, I know people really be like, oh, don't throw it in the trash. And I'm just like, no.
I just really want to write a strong.
Not for Slash. No.
Oh, man. I was hoping that we get like a big scene with that character, being as though like, the first two movies, like they didn't have like a big kill in the beginning, but Claire was like that one, was killed, and that was kind of like what drove the movie, because everybody's looking for her or whatever, because she goes missing. Right. And this movie, 2019, they only bring her up like maybe once, twice?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's it. Because I think she was supposed to go home or something like that, and it was just she was never really heard of from again or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can already feel myself like mixing up these movies in my head.
Well, right now we're just talking about the 2019. We're going to go 2019, 06, and then the original. We're saving everything.
Oh,
okay. Let me pull my notes up. Right.
You got your bio today?
Usually I like cheese. Like, I like cheesy, corny shit. But I don't think this was like the right kind of cheese for me. It was just like bad.
No, it took itself too seriously for it to be cheesy. It tried too hard.
It
Way
was
too hard.
Yeah, it was like in between. It's like, do you want to be a joke or do you want to be relatable? Like, you can't really do both at the same. I mean, I guess you can do both at the same time, but it's gotta be like tasteful, And I do like Imogen Poots. She can act her ass off. I really like her.
I do like Imogen, yeah.
Oh, she was fantastic,
and, sometimes I will admit I can feel myself sinking into the angry feminist genre of person. So there's sometimes where I want it to be like, fuck yeah, but I think that's just because for the cause I'm like, fuck yeah, not because of an actor.
I will say I do like that part in the movie. Like, I don't find that being a problem. It's just like the whole execution of everything, like how everything turned out. Like, I wasn't here for the possessed fraternity brothers and the black thing. It was
the moment shit started to go down, she was like, yo, it's a fraternity, it's possession, the power is here, let's go. I'm like, where did you come
thank you? Where did you come from?
Yeah.
How did you even establish that you were existing in a supernatural universe? Like, I know where the source of power is, we need to go back, and then if I do this, everything will be good. I know.
Right.
That was not in the brochure.
About I think it was Grae about how Black Christmas and another Blumhouse film were like pretty much the same thing regarding women. I feel like Blumhouse can do this thing of where they'll take like a concept, right? Like how in the first Purge they took BLM and like super like Black Lives Matter and protesting the first Purge and this. I feel like that's kind of what they did with feminism. And this movie, it's like, oh, okay, cool. Everybody on Twitter is talking about feminism. Like, let's do this and let's feminism. We're angry. It's just like, yo, we're really not like that, bro. Like,
not all men.
Not all.
Oh, that part.
It was like taking one concept and like blowing that shit up. And
I want to blame Jason Blum specifically for like all
no, absolutely.
Because like I don't like
I felt the same in the first Purge. I was like, yo, you're biting off of BLM. You're biting biting off of all of this because you don't have an actual knowledge of that. You're just like, oh, okay, I see this. Let me just write what I think it is, and here we go.
Yeah,
it's bad.
Exactly.
Well, I think that's the big problem with Black Christmas 2019 is that it was designed as a piece about it had like an agenda first versus a story. And that created a disconnect. I mean, I consider myself a feminist if I can. But even the
of course you can.
the way it was expressed in the movie was super problematic and very I don't know, use the word aggressive, but very like finger pointery.
Yes.
You know.
Oh, super. Yeah, that's actually a really good way to describe it. Super finger pointer.
Yeah, and really
Finger pointy.
Did you just woman me? What did you say? Did you just something? She said something. Did you
She said there was one point in the movie where the girl's boyfriend, who seemed to be okay,
He was like, "It's your
he said,
body,
like,
your choice." That
he
one.
said like not all guys are this bad,
Did you
and
just
they
not
were like
all guys?
not all
Yeah.
men.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, what's the proper response to that be? Because that's true.
Yeah,
not all men are a-holes.
I just want to know if they read the script like
No.
before shooting, or
No,
if
see-
it was like surprise.
I don't
Here you
think so.
go.
I think that Black Christmas 2019 was just him answering, "I don't hire women." And
I
no,
think, yeah.
he still hasn't hired women of color. Just
we already know
throwing that
that,
out there.
because this is
But
white people.
That man.
Don't get me started on that tweet.
oh yes,
Ridiculous.
I say let's talk about it.
We can talk about it. Yeah, let's do it.
He said, "Don't yell. Don't yell." What?
How old are you?
Like,
How you have to remind yourself to not yell and be compassionate.
Mhm.
Like this is a kindergarten.
Wait, so we're all aware that we're talking about Jason Blum's tweet, right? Where he was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Suggestions.
So wait, what did he say in the tweet exactly? Was this where he
wait,
said
let me
like
pull it up.
was like the
Yeah,
top
pull it
10
up,
things
somebody.
he has to work
yeah,
on?
it was like a checklist
Okay.
or whatever.
yeah, Kai's gonna read it because
Yeah, his employees gave
You
him
have to hear
something or a list
Okay.
of things for him to work on and improve on, and it's embarrassing. It
It is
truly
so
is.
embarrassing.
And it was like him throwing a mini hissy fit. Hold on.
Like,
Yeah. It
Trash.
tries to come off as being cute but shady at the same time, but nah.
No.
no.
And then some of the people in the comments, they wasn't really acknowledging, like, "Oh, good for you, Jason. I'm happy that you're working." Like, what? Like, I don't know.
You
So,
know,
okay.
you know why?
You know what it was.
It
You know
says,
why?
"I'm feedback from my team at Blumhouse, and pictured below are my room for improvement categories. I'm tweeting this to help remind myself to do these things and improve. 1, stay present. 2, listen. 3, slow down. 4, be compassionate. 5, create a space for ideas. 6, don't yell. 7, be less impulsive.
I mean, these are fine so far.
8, share information. 9, say thank you. And 10, hire diverse."
Number
Girl.
10.
Why is higher diverse
Then
still last?
For the list.
Why is that still last?
The first comment after says, "So the question is, how do we move number 10 to number 1?
Move.
All right.
Yes.
This whole-
Oh, Bobby,
Go ahead.
Bobby, this is your response.
Well, I mean, it's the truth, man. Like, it's crazy. Like, I don't know. Again, I don't know if he was serious about the whole thing, but I don't know. I think he was.
He knew what he was doing
Shows an
when he was
area,
typing that out.
No.
Yeah.
like, let me guilt trip myself into going on Twitter and
No.
vulnerable or open. It's like,
And y'all know that whole welcome to the Blumhouse event was because all of us are like, this man is a fucking clown on Twitter. And now he has to be like, look how empowering I am. Look at all these femme directors, look at all these international directors, and then puts out a list like, don't forget to say please, don't yell. Like, what kind of environment are you hosting on your sets? Oh
it's
my
to share
God.
information for me and to listen to ideas. Like, do you just go and be impulsive? So it's like, oh, it's too deep.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. And it's crazy that he tweeted that with the confidence that this is, something you need to work on and not something that kindergartners are also simultaneously working on. And
The
you
same
have
thing.
good power, bro.
And I felt like if he was going to get a backlash, if he was going to get a lot of backlash on it, he was going to blame it like on COVID because he caught COVID or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to blame him not being there or whatever. Well, you know how these older white men do. So
Right.
Yeah.
He got real quiet though. He never replied back or anything in that tweet. But he's like retweeting everything else.
That's what
Boy.
Somebody probably came behind like on that meme, like Marge Simpson with Lisa, like, Jason, I'm gonna need you to log out of Twitter for tonight.
You're done.
Log out. Log out for me.
Force close the app.
Right.
The 2 seconds app. I'm gonna need you to log out.
That feels so good to finally say, oh, you can only tweet so much.
Yeah.
True.
So I wish this film would have been better. You know, the angry feminazi in me wanted to like it, but it was not good.
It wasn't.
So I gotta ask a question to all around everybody on the panel. When the think pieces, when the think pieces came out about how so much backlash when the movie was announced, and then when they announced the narrative of the movie, and there was all these guys saying, "I just want to watch a movie about horror and not having an agenda." Do you think those think pieces hurt it even worse because it's like y'all are trying to protect something that was not good?
Yeah,
it wasn't good.
I mean, this movie is not good, right? But we can't deny the fact that part of its reception was rooted in misogyny.
Right.
Because even a lot of the reviews I read didn't even focus on the story or the acting or even the directing. It was, I'm upset that this is a feminist horror film. I have no problem with the feminist horror film. We need more of them, quite frankly.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's something about the way the audience reacted to this, which is really unsettling. And this is maybe... I can't remember when the new Charlie's Angels came out. I can't remember if it was the same year or the year before.
I think it was the same year.
Same year.
Same
thing. And then we all remember Ghostbusters 2016.
Yeah.
Reaction to that.
Yeah.
So I mean, the fanboys are truly, truly evil.
Weren't they upset over Harley Quinn's remake or her second movie too?
They sure were.
Yeah,
they sure were.
They were upset about that too.
They could have done better with that, but.
I feel like this one is not different, but there's something going on with do you guys remember the original trailers where it wasn't a fraternity guy and it was like a mannequin every time they revealed the killer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like with that one part
you're
right.
right.
The counter and they think it was a mannequin.
I feel like there was something written before that they shot, and then a producer was like, no, shove this in there.
That's interesting.
And
it's awesome.
Do you
does
guys
anyone own the collection, like the DVD or anything? Does anyone seen the deleted scenes or no?
No.
Does anyone own the DVD?
Surely not. No.
I wouldn't have seen it.
What did Mariah Carey?
Yeah, I guess maybe it doesn't have it. Bad this movie.
And I talked to somebody about that because another movie that came out a couple of months ago that was similar, but I was like, I'm scared to say something because I was scared somebody was going to cancel me. So, but I was like, I feel like it looks even bad because Jason Blum was like, look, we got this great female director writer for Black Christmas 2019 and for the other movie, and I was like, but now seeing the finished products of both, I'm like, how much was their creative input and how much was
your creative input?
Very that.
I think it's interesting because when you look at the first movie, I didn't want to say the O word. When you look at the first movie, it didn't force the whole concept of, we are a feminist movie. It's like, we have these undertones, we have these ideals, we have these women who have their beliefs and they stand for what they believe in, and it's just what it is. It's not this forced thing like, we're shoving feminism or modern feminism down your throat. It was just what it was. You know what I'm saying? And so with this 2019 movie, it's like, yeah, we're feminists. Let me just spoon feed it to you. It's like, no, either you are something or you aren't something. It's not something that you can just force. It's just what it is, Yeah,
that's facts.
Yeah.
Would you guys still feel the same way about this movie if it was titled something else, not Black Christmas?
That was my big problem. It was called Black Christmas. I felt
if it was called Hogwarts Sister Academy, the underfunded one on the south side of town.
I still would have Delta Alpha Cap or something. I don't know. That's what
anything else.
It could have been called. It could have been a Lifetime movie and called it Sorority Nightmare or something.
Yeah.
There you go.
I would have been fine with Sorority Massacre 4.
Well, it's interesting. This movie, Sofia Takal actually originally pitched a remake to I Spit on Your Grave. And Blumhouse said, no, let's go with Black Christmas because we own the IP. So she wound up taking Black Christmas on. So I think, I wonder what her vision of an I Spit on Your Grave remake would have looked like.
I'm okay.
Wait.
Another remake?
There's already
What's
been
up?
like 6 of them, James.
I was gonna say, shout
Yeah.
out to Bryce for catching me up on all the remakes stuff.
Right.
But it's interesting because I Spit in Your Grave is inherently about a woman's vengeance,
Yeah.
right, on her
Yeah.
sexual
Yeah.
violence. And I wonder, with the last few films have all been written and directed by men, I wonder what a take from a woman would have been like, even if it is Sofia Takal. I think it would have been a little bit more successful than, in terms of a storytelling, would have been more successful than Black Christmas.
Yeah.
You know,
Well,
up
we do
until
already have
the
Revenge.
Mm-hmm.
The movie
up until
Revenge
the
that was
frat
made by.
party, it's
I like
kind
that
of
one.
like I Spit on Your Grave.
Yeah.
Like the event's not shown,
Mhm.
but then like she grows into herself or owns the situation. I'm not sure the right thing to say there.
We're
I'm gonna stop talking.
We know what you meant.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
she would have
Yeah,
shown
sorry.
the graphic rape scene in a remake.
Right,
I really
right.
don't. Which is
All right,
good. We don't need to see a woman rape for a half hour.
We don't.
Please.
No.
Or for 4
Not at all.
movies. Or
Mhm.
5 movies. However many there are.
Having said that, I do like the remake a lot and the remake sequel. Just throwing it out there.
I do see the box set in your background.
Oh. I had to look like it.
I'm
Yeah.
looking right there. So if you could say one nice thing about this movie or something that you do like about this movie, what would it be?
I love Imogen Poots.
There you go.
Yeah, I think she's really cool, and she like pulls off ugly bangs really well. Yeah,
Gowns, beautiful gowns.
Right.
They had lovely
I like
outfits.
to play on Mean Girls.
That was it.
Yeah, Christmas Dance.
yeah. I was totally thinking.
Yeah.
Jingle Bell Rocks. It was giving me Lindsay Lohan, Gretchen Wieners.
Hmm.
Yeah, I got second
Lord,
hand.
that's what it was
Watch
giving me
that.
when they were in.
Sorry. I see what he was doing, but it was too much.
I was like, oh,
It was
no.
bad.
I gotta get out of here. Yes, that's how I felt.
My one thing is that they had black survivors.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I was getting the remake and the 2019 one mixed up. I was gonna say, oh, Black Dude died second. That's just too. Sorry, I was like, because I gotta keep up with every black person died.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Not the first, not the first one to die. It was clear.
That's true.
Okay.
I like that the women as a whole like did a great job in their performance. They can't help the movie they're
Right.
in,
Yeah.
but it I think they all did very well.
yeah.
Yeah, that was the point I was going to make as well. Is the acting is not bad at all. Like it's done, it's reasonable. But the problem, of course, just lies in an unfinished movie. It's not finished. Everything is
I heard
disconnected. Nothing makes sense.
Yeah.
I feel the same way. I will say I'm upset though, because I'm not too sure if any of you guys watched the show Star. I never watched Star.
Yes.
No.
I love Star. Yes.
Okay, and well, one of the characters in Star was in this movie, Jessie, and she died. And I didn't like how they did her character.
Off screen death.
Mhm.
Yeah, she was the one in the attic, and
With the lights.
yeah, and it was just they didn't
That
like
whole
even,
scene was kind of
even
weird.
when Chris filmed her and like you just see her slowly turn her around. You didn't see what happened. You just see you cut to Chris's reaction, and then that's it. It's like, all right, can we see what happened to the girl? Like,
Was this
what happened?
13?
Yeah,
Yes.
PG-13. The only one in the franchise is PG-13.
Wow.
Yeah.
I really wanted a
Garbage.
actual Billy in the 2019 movie.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah, they
Well,
could at
let's
least
see.
call the statue.
I
Billy
forgot
or
about
William.
yeah. At
Or
least call it that shit.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, y'all.
There's no Billy. No Billy. Well,
Man, the
speaking
more I think about
of,
this movie, I get mad.
Yeah, it's bad. It's not good.
Can I just say something real quick?
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling the main girl. I like Marty better, and I wish she would have been in the movie much longer.
you like Marty? Okay.
I would have loved to see more of her.
Marty was cool.
Because when it came down to it, she was like standing out. She had to do what she had to do, but I just felt more of a connection with her instead of our main girl.
Our main girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't you hate when like the side characters are best, but you gotta sit here and follow this lead, and you be like, oh, girl.
Well, we all can agree that 2019 is not the best. And will you guys find this in y'all tradition of watching holiday horror?
Never again. No.
To ignite any type of writing, absolutely. But any type of writing or think pieces, I'll watch it. But for my enjoyment, absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't think so. I did my homework and
right.
You're like, I'm good.
And you get an A+ and a gold star. I am proud of you.
And E for effort.
Yes.
I think I might show this to my little sister because she's not really into horror, but I'm going to try to get her into it. So maybe this would be like the
a gateway horror.
Yeah, just slowly get her into it. But I was going to rewatch it for this recording, and I just couldn't push myself. I couldn't do it.
Same.
I didn't take
Exactly
notes
the
on
same.
it.
I surely did not.
Y'all already had y'all thoughts, so that's fine.
I'm like zero. I saw enough to get the gist, and I was like, okay, that's enough. That's enough.
It's bad. It's bad. It's not enjoyable.
My friend was like, you know what? I said, for free, yeah. If you want to get away from time, go right ahead.
Well, let me ask Kat and Jazz, how did y'all feel about watching 20? Like, how did you feel about this whole movie overall? Because I didn't hear too much.
Exactly.
That's all you got. I just won't watch it again. The acting was fine, but the lines were so bad. No matter how you say them, they're fucking terrible. Like I literally this is a Twitter exchange. This is another Twitter exchange.
Exactly.
So I hated everyone, and I just wanted it to end. And there were not even a brutal enough kills for me. So you weren't even bloody. You were kind of mild, like white rice, and very filled with white feminism, and I did not appreciate it. Come on. Wish I had
that is very true.
Come on with the come on. Yes.
I love that.
Yeah,
white rice.
I second that. Or 30, whatever, whoever.
I'm not 100% sure on this, but I think we're on the actual year anniversary of this movie.
Oh.
Like within a day or so.
Why feel bad for us?
And this was the last movie I saw in theaters.
What?
I'm so sorry.
I wasted my free ticket on this.
Oh, that was the last time you watched it, so you've only seen it that one time because you were like, nah.
I don't even remember the last thing. I was supposed to see Invisible Man on my birthday, but then that's when Texas closed down.
Oh, shit.
And now they're back open, so.
Also, shit.
Yeah.
All right, well, that concludes our little mini discussion. Well, not mini, but a discussion on 2019. No, not
Thank goodness.
I got something to say about 2006, okay?
Yeah, let's go into it, because that one's ridiculous.
2006. Yeah. All right, y'all not going to hate on my movie, okay?
Wait a minute.
Yes,
2006, got one kid that tries to be good, but has a sibling that's really, really bad, so it still makes him look good. That's comparison to 2019. Like, I make bad grades with my brother over here. He bad as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So,
my DVD's downstairs. I got it. Hey. Who are real quick? Who's fans of 06?
Who stands it?
Like who likes it?
There's no standing. I don't mind that.
no standing.
I like 06.
We don't do her.
I like it's gory AF. And there's one kill with I forgot her actual name, Michelle something. She played an ice skating movie.
Princess.
Ice princess, and then they killed her in the movie with an ice skate, and I was like,
and she asked for that. She asked for that for herself.
She did.
I was like,
she wanted that.
The energy he was like, I love
I think that was my favorite part of the whole movie, her death. That was such a cool kill.
Cool.
It was just like a little too much at the top. With the fucking ice skate. I was like, oh shit, that's hilarious. Like out loud. I was watching it. That was my favorite part. Probably.
It was so good.
Yeah.
It had good kills. It
That was
was
like my favorite
nasty as
kill.
hell.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
watching the kill count, and James was like, "Oh, there's a lot of eyeball action," and I didn't think about it. I was like, "Damn,
There's a lot.
Yeah.
So much.
eyeballs,
So much.
eyeballs," and I'm just
So
like,
much.
Pull the eyeballs
It was like
out.
overboard of paying homage to the first one, because the first one they showed just Billy's eye, whatever.
Yes.
But they
Yeah.
went overboard in this movie here, and it's just
Agnes was a bad bitch, though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
The eyeball was like the only gag.
I'm scared. I'm more scared of Agnes than Billy in this movie.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay?
Mhm.
So hold on. I need to get this correct. So Agnes is Billy's
Sister daughter.
Sister, daughter.
Child.
Daughter.
right.
You saw right. You saw what you saw in that movie. You saw what
I
you
just
saw
wanted
in
to
that
make
movie.
sure that what I
Family
saw,
now.
like, I wasn't gonna come and talk about fucking incest. I don't want to be the one.
It's disgusting.
I just want
It's
to make
awful.
sure that I was correct. But I
On
was
top of the
correct.
stairs. I'm good.
Hotness.
I
Girl.
fucking love this movie. I went to the theaters and watched it, and I had a fucking ball. I was like one of five
Right,
people
yes.
screaming, just like I don't know. It was a perfect blend of horror, absurd, absurdist, and just I have a thing about bitchy white girls. And when you put them all in one damn room and they just tear each other up.
Yeah.
It's
funny.
And Michelle Trachtenberg was like, "I'm not leaving my sister, you bitch."
Like someone ice princess.
Oh,
Yeah.
And it too, because one sister was definitely fucking somebody man.
Oh, girl.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Girl.
Oh, boy was
yeah.
at the video. Girl,
And he was lying so badly.
It was beautiful to see in that movie.
If one
Yeah.
of my sisters
Yeah.
pull up on a tape, fucking my man, we seeing the hand, we going and taking it outside.
They would have been scrapping in that house.
You know, I'm scrapping. Now you still my sister, but I'm gonna beat your ass. What the fuck is
And
Wasn't it Heather's character? What's the Heather's character that was like Barb, or what was her name?
Which one? Lauren, the drunk?
The drunk.
Lauren, yeah, was supposed to
She
be
was like-
Barb, right?
She's supposed to be Barb. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a hot mess.
Yeah.
Because
She's an embarrassment to that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Yeah. She tried.
Why do they all look the same? Like dark
Yeah.
hair and everything. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Gretchen Wiener was in it.
don't for the it girl.
was.
It was like Bill Trachtenberg. You had oh my god,
Lisa Sher-
Gretchen from Mean Girls.
Yeah.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Mary Elizabeth
Yeah,
Winstead,
she's cool.
Kristen Cloak.
the girl who played Agnes.
Love all those girls.
Wasn't one of the girls in front of Destination 3?
Yeah,
yeah.
Winston. Yeah, Mary Elizabeth.
Both of them are. Both
Yeah.
of them are.
Mhm.
Yeah. Lauren was the girl that got killed in the tanning bed.
Tanning
With
bed.
the other one.
Yeah, and,
Yeah.
and actually, Leah, what was her
Lay.
name?
It Lee.
Lay.
Lee. It's
Lee.
Was in
She was on the first Final Destination.
right.
and
And
when-
oh,
I kept thinking about the ninth kill, and
Yeah.
Destination. I was just like, you don't ever live.
No.
Never live.
I did when I did my review for this movie. Did you guys like laugh at the part when like Lee first came into the house and he did like this dramatic like zoom up at her like we all supposed to know who the fuck she was?
Right. They really tried it. They tried it.
Yeah.
They made it seem like it was somebody from the original. Like I expected Olivia Hussey to come back, maybe
Having my
somebody
head
else
up like that.
familiar. No.
Now I'll tell you now. I don't know. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure she was dating the director at the time.
Well,
So I think he
they're married.
wanted. Yeah.
They're
He wanted her to be a big deal, and she wasn't. She was probably the most enjoyable person in the movie, but nobody we don't know her. How am I supposed to know who she is?
You don't know.
She's a
I don't
teacher from Final Destination.
Okay, and what? She dies.
But this movie,
She looks good though. She looks good. She looks the
this
same.
movie and Final Destination 3 have the same writer, Lynn Morgan.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
This makes sense.
Come with the facts. All right.
Mhm. So why do you guys think this movie had so many mixed reviews? Like, what do you think people hated?
Oh my gosh.
The gore?
You're remaking one of the
Yeah.
biggest horror movies and most influential horror movies
One
of
of
all
them.
time.
Original
And
classic 70s.
the- The tone is completely different from the original, which
Yeah.
I think is its advantage, actually.
right.
But I think people like it more so now than they did when it first came out. But at the
Mhm.
time, yeah, it was too different from the original.
Yeah.
It
Well,
definitely. Oh no!
go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, like back in the day, like people were rioting and protesting against the Black Christmas, and they were doing the same thing again with this one.
Yep.
So it just seems like it was just a
it
like,
kind of reminds
ongoing
me
thing.
When Rob Zombie did Halloween, and he kind of gave that backstory of Michael Myers that we didn't ask for, but me personally, I kind of enjoyed.
I love the backstory.
I love the backstory of Michael Myers, and I really appreciate what he did in the first one, not the second one. Go ahead. But I appreciate that, even though it's very disgusting, the backstory of Billy in the 2006, because it's like, okay, we get it. You know, this is where he, you know, it kind of gives me that vibe. So I don't hate the movie. It's kind of like that small appreciation.
Yeah. I just wish that they kept that the backstory of Billy in the beginning. Like make it all one little
Yeah,
I agree.
Then the rest of the film we'll just get to know the girls. You know what I mean? Because the bits and pieces of Billy backstory throughout the movie, it was kind of just like, I feel like it was unnecessary. And I just want to get to know more about, the girls. Like, you got Lacey Chabert, Michelle Trachtenberg, all the rest of them. It's just like, you want to know more about these girls. And we don't really know. We don't. Like, I want to like
the mid 2000 star power that just went to waste.
Yes, the cast is so underused.
My inner
so underused, and it really was. It was like every white girl that everybody knew back in that day was in this movie, like legitimately, and like they had a cast, and they're not bad. They're not like untalented. They know what they're doing, and they squandered it. For first off, Billy and Agnes get nothing. I mean, they have a huge backstory, but those characters have nothing. They have a man playing Agnes, which whatever.
Wait a second. What?
Yes.
Yeah. So Agnes was giving me real kind of like Jamie Lee Curtis tease. I don't know.
Wait.
Okay, so you remember in Halloween Resurrection? Was it Halloween Resurrection at the beginning?
Was it the wig?
Oh, with the hair.
Did they throw it off?
Okay. So I was like, okay, she looked real rough. I don't like that. They had a man play Agnes.
They surely did. In his only credited role, or I think he was in a couple other things as well. But this is his first role, his like last role. It was sad. Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah, and they were really yellow. I don't know.
Girl.
Don't do you like that when you're that old?
Right. They look like a Simpson. Like straight
What
up.
was the reason for them being yellow again?
He had jaundice when he was Billy had jaundice. When he was a baby, but my little brother had jaundice, and my little brother's black as fuck. Like
it doesn't look like that.
Jaundice is not. And you outgrow jaundice. Like,
okay. I never understood.
Yeah,
that.
I was looking it up, and they said like the medical condition that Billy had, like it's a real life thing. Like it's possible for a person to be that yellow, even at a grown age.
I've never seen any jaundice like that. I don't know.
And then what's fun, I think, with the casting, what was that?
I thought they were over exaggerating.
No,
they were.
It was
okay.
Low key offensive, but 2006.
Especially if I had John.
He was like one step of great color from Incredible Hulk.
I
don't know.
Lift every voice and sing. That's really all I've got.
In comparison,
I'm so serious.
I think 2006 did its best to kind of be like, hey, this is a Black Christmas remake.
Right.
Yeah.
2019 was like, I don't know what the fuck this is. We just gonna say now we got Christmas lights and we got a sorority. We're gonna call it Black Christmas.
Let's get it.
Yeah. Let's get it. 2009.
Just because they had the title.
Freaking like the glass unicorn and and just everything. And even the kill with old baby girl that had thrown up,
Lauren, yeah.
She had thrown up, and how her kill was similar to Barb's kill, and like we were trying our very best to do or pay respect to 1974, but 2019 was like, hey, fuck it, we here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they tried. They even had Andrea Martin come back as well into the movie.
For Miss Mac.
Her kill fucked me up because I was like, she got killed by a goddamn
icicle.
I love it though. I'm sorry. I love it. I love it. Stupid.
That was the only scary part of it. Like, she got killed by something that I look at every time I go outside.
That movie was gory as fuck.
Yeah.
I wasn't here. I mean, I was here for it, but also like I had to turn my head away during the shots where you see Billy like munching on fucking
Eyeballs.
skin cookies and eyeballs.
Oh my
It's just
God.
like,
Dipping in milk.
That's
And
dirty.
milk.
That's dirty.
Not only are you killing cows, but you're killing humans.
That cookies. What the fuck is going on with you? I'm calling right now. Lock 'em up to prison.
And he looked over, he was like, y'all interrupted me eating my
Like I'm eating.
cookies and drinking my milk.
Bro, just chilling.
But
You just chilling.
honestly, I mean, his mama just
She deserved it.
his mama,
Surely that.
trifling ass boyfriend, or whoever, stepdaddy, daddy.
His mother
Now
was
Agnes, when she was a baby, he was beating her ass, but
the mother was really good in her role. I thought she did a really, really good performance.
Very convincing.
Yeah,
But I still don't like her.
Yeah.
that's good. I mean, she did a good job.
So
Yeah.
It would be interesting because Kristen Cavallari was offered a role, but she turned it down.
Thank God.
Thank God.
Heard that.
Because I guess
Laguna
she
Beach.
was filming Laguna
Stay on
Beach.
Laguna. Yeah, no man.
Okay. I have a question.
Yeah.
If you could only pick between the 2019 2006 to watch for the rest of your life.
06.
2006.
06.
Okay.
Blood.
That's like a
Blood.
unanimous for 2006. Okay.
Yeah, 219. Yeah, no.
06 all the way, man.
Mhm.
No, I'll go with 19 because I just love the story. Like, I felt it.
Right?
Don't do that.
Are you look, blink twice if you need help. Twice.
All right. So if there's any changes that you would make in the 06 remake, what would the changes be? I'm gonna just call on y'all. Adrian, what changes would you make?
Kind of like how you said earlier, Bobby, I didn't need the flashbacks. I don't need that. I'm the type of person where less is more for me. And to me, the scariest thing is me developing in my own mind what happened. So I don't need to see those flashbacks as often as they present them to us because they take away from the story. And you don't know about the girls. And they're really they're bitchy white girls yelling at each other. We don't know anything about them. We just think they're all awful people. So when they die, we don't care. Because we're spending so much time about, focusing on Billy and Agnes, who also don't speak. They have no dialogue. We have no connection to them. And it was just sloppy. It felt unfinished. But with that being said, I'm basic. I love slasher films. And this was the first Black Christmas movie that I ever saw. So it has a special place in my heart. Is it good? No. But is it fun? Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Devin.
Yes. One thing I would change is, I don't know. I would throw at least one or two women of color in there. Shit.
Okay, come on.
But
Thank you.
indicative of a lot of sororities. They are fairly segregated. So I don't know, what decision would have been casting for that. Other than that, it's not a perfect movie, but it works on every level that it's trying to accomplish. So
yeah. Zero.
Yeah, I would throw a black girl in there.
Yeah.
For the one time, I would get rid of half of the flashbacks. I thought learning about Billy was cool. Billy's flashbacks were cool, but then from the point where Agnes became a thing forward, just had me even more confused. So I would probably take Agnes out, or just scrap Billy and just have Billy be Agnes, which would also be cool.
Yeah, that would be like a twist. Yeah.
A female killer?
Yeah. But actually have a very large, possibly Eastern European woman play Agnes and not a man in a suit.
I can see that.
See, I would like that, especially if it was a sequel, and that way it's just continuation of it.
Yeah, sure. That would actually work.
Right.
That's what I would change. Let's see what else. I don't know. I really wasn't crazy about this one. There was a lot of recognizable girls, but this movie reeked of 2006.
Fair that.
That's why I love it.
Every other moment, I was like,
the times for sure.
Well, shit. Yeah, this movie came out in 2006, but I don't know. Every moment, I was like, oh, he's back. Mark's back. I was just like, oh, this movie is it's so 2006. I don't think it holds up very well. And also the eyeballs, come up with a new guy.
Yeah.
Like that was the only gag that they had. And it's like every like epic moment will lead to an eyeball.
Yeah.
So predictable. I don't know. I was different about this movie. I didn't think it was horrible. I thought all the girls were fucking mean and like I don't like that. But yeah, that's what I got to say.
Cat and Jazz.
I would chop off some of the end. I thought that the ending itself just kind of like drug on for a little too long. Like after we got to, I do understand. Okay, so we get to the hospital, and then what? But I just really feel like I found myself going, God damn, we still going? Like,
Yep.
So that
I
was.
think the ending was Rashad. Like
it was at the last minute, and you can tell.
You can tell. You can tell.
I definitely like the idea of it just being Agnes, and also with the first one, I like the stalking kind of, because the first one you don't know, like they realize people are missing, but they don't really know that someone's in the house. This one they found out pretty quickly. Hey, somebody in the house, dog. And then because you established there's two people immediately, you're not safe inside, you're not safe outside.
Yeah.
And the only way to really keep the story going is for them to make stupid ass choices. Like they're not opening the car fast enough. They're not checking the back seat. Stupid.
I was so upset.
Like just dumb shit like that. Versus, they were just living their lives in the first one. And because it was that iron of, there's someone breathing heavy in the attic, versus they don't even know anyone else is, and they're not even suspecting it until the end of the story where it's revealed to them that there's someone there. With it's it's too fucking late. And 2006 is just like, come on, bro, y'all did a whole lot. If you were gonna make it like this, we're trapped in the house kind of thing, or y'all could have waited till people would sleep. A few people sleep first. Maybe Agnes could have rigged the house up or something. I don't know.
Something.
Just something. Maybe she could have trapped them in the attic. I don't know.
It was literally after old dude told that story of, this is the background of Billy. Oh shit, Billy's in the house. Wait, when did the baby dog get here? Like the dude told the story, then the baby dog was in the house. I'm like, and then old girl was like, he's here, he's home. I'm like,
better phone calls, because the original.
The phone calls were shit.
In the original,
this movie.
Literally has me tied in my
back
in 2020, and that was 1974.
Just like having a wart removed.
Like, what? How you know that?
Yeah, I actually just thought about something, an issue I had with the movie. It's where they reveal, I think her name was Edith. She was the legacy sorority sister. Eve.
Sister.
She's and useless. But it's okay.
They were intertwining her introduction with the story of Agnes. So they're leading you to believe that she's actually Agnes, and she's not. So, but they leaned into it really, really hard. It felt pointless.
It did.
If she's not actually Agnes, then why connect those two so hard?
We could have got backstory and stayed on the girls.
Yeah, it was a waste of time.
I just want to know what Black Christmas would be like if it was with a Divine Night organization. Just
I've always thought that.
If the AKAs, Deltas, if they were in, what would happen if it was
the movie gonna be real different? Let me tell you, I'm in
a whole black house.
That's what they should have did for the 2019.
Hello, period.
Ain't gonna be no damn movie, girl. Because
hello, I think that I went to HBC. I was like,
I'm getting my seat in the car. We get in the car, check the back seat. Let's go.
Let's go.
Imagine that would be fucking dope.
That would be
dope. But in a house full of fucking deltas.
Like that would be
right. What would you change?
Somebody needs to make that. We need to make that.
Yeah.
Just to throw it out there, here's the story. They got to go to the Panhellenic. The Divine Nine's sisters got to sit there and throw a party, and there's somebody in the Panhellenic knocking them off one by one. That way you can keep it where it's like they don't know what's going on because they kind of don't like each other. So it's like, okay, so she backed out. I don't give a fuck. Let's keep going to the party and stuff like that. And then it gets down to like, I'm just saying, that's just something to do. Because the sorority house, they're not going to be there for Christmas. They're not going to stay in one spot during Christmas. They're going home.
Yeah.
I just don't see. I mean, that's just something to throw out there. I'm just saying it's not idea.
Also, the actual organization is not going to have that. They are definitely going to be like, excuse me, cease and desist. We do not want our name. They don't play that. Like, no, they
don't play that. They really don't.
Two finger tap. You're gonna have to rename all that and change the colors.
Exactly.
This ain't
like
it.
Something how obviously it was like two organizations that we know of, but it's like, oh, we got the Potatoes and we got the other people. It's like we know who y'all are, but y'all can't have the colors. Y'all can't do.
Grae, what would you change in the movie if you could change anything?
I think aside from diversity, the dialogue, I think for me, that's why the movie didn't set in so well. Glenn Morgan was like in his mid-40s when he wrote this. And as a middle-aged white man writing for 20-something white women, I don't think it landed at all. But I think that's why, later in life, people can appreciate the film because you forget how people talked in 2006. So you just accept it.
Right.
Oh, 2000.
So, just more people doing their research or hiring the appropriate people for the job at hand.
Amen.
Yeah.
Was it James Wan, executive producer of this movie?
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, James Wong. Yeah.
I wonder how that would have been.
Less eyeballs and more other ways to kill people besides eating their eyeballs or gouging their eyes, taking their eyes out, or stringing the eyeball, or
It's always the eyeball, and frankly, I'm bored of it.
Yeah.
We get it.
How did you guys feel about our lead? What's her name? Katie Cassidy.
I love this Katie.
I gotta look up.
She's a good actress.
Smart as hell at the end for getting that defibrillator ready. She's like, oh,
I thought that last with the defib unit could have been done so much better. I thought that it could have been like
wise. It definitely could have been a lot better.
It could have been like 40 to 50% gorier.
Yeah,
right.
But it was just kind of like, I don't know. I wanted
too much money on the eyeball.
I'm gonna say, they spent too much money on the eyes.
They spent too much money on the eyeball.
Not on the eyes.
But in regards to just like final girl interaction, like that was very smart of her to be like, oh shit, I got this defibrillator. Let me just clear.
Yeah.
I think I read something a while back that her character, it was like a rumor that she was supposed to be Jess's daughter from the original.
Yeah.
We say, Mark?
I would love that. That would have been epic.
But I thought Jess was.
I don't know if that would have worked.
It was just like a rumor, like it was a possibility. I don't know, but it was something I read a while back.
That would make this a sequel,
right? Yeah.
And then the story of Billy wouldn't match up with. Yeah.
But
I'm glad they didn't go with that angle.
Yeah.
Plus, she didn't have an accent.
Yeah.
No.
Well, the first film was Canadian.
But then again, she'd have been too old too because that was 74.
Right.
74.
Yeah, she would have been in like her 30s.
Solid 30 years. Yeah.
Yeah. College. I mean, you could be 30. Just saying.
That's true.
That's totally fine.
But yeah,
super duper senior.
I can see if it was the lead.
The sister. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Play on Claire's parents in the original. How like Claire's parents came in and was like, our daughter's missing. And Lee was like, yo, I ain't seen my friend. Like, I ain't seen
right.
her.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, girl, your ass down. We know you in Final Destination.
Right.
That's my half sister, and I'm just here to pick her up. And I haven't heard from her in God knows how long, but I'm here.
Exactly.
I
don't even know this. Right.
Yeah, she recognized her when her face was covered in plastic in the attic.
How? I also don't like how they spent a lot of time within the debacle of the whole like sex tape. I'm just like, okay, we get it. He slept with her. Like,
it was useless.
Yeah, that was kind of like unnecessary. It was just like,
So
why was
stupid.
that?
like, all right,
Need him to go.
for another 30 seconds. I really don't care about this.
No, not at all.
I just have a question.
Girl, I
Would
thought
y'all
that
be
was a bottle of vodka. I was like, what do you do?
would y'all actually be upset if your boyfriend slept with your first sorority sister before y'all got together?
He wouldn't be my boyfriend.
Yeah.
I would have
That part.
That wouldn't happen. Yep. Wouldn't happen.
I don't date with mutual friends. Fuck that.
Right.
Nope.
Well, one, we know he's lying because
Right.
it's not true. So, and
Also
she's
that.
lying. So somebody's gonna get beat up.
Right.
I'm beating both y'all ass.
And that's a period. It like lock up. Like y'all both have to get beat up.
No, you gotta be your sorority
You need to tell me yes so I can make an executive decision.
She still got the same highlights having her hair now. No, that was recent.
I'm still
Came
gonna
out.
rock it.
Y'all,
I'm gonna rock
did
it,
any of
y'all.
y'all ever pledge in college?
Nope.
I was
No.
in a they called it a business fraternity, which is just an organization. I don't know why they called it a fraternity. It wasn't anything like this though. Like we just had to blow out a candle.
Pledge,
That was
but I
it.
never. I had to drop out. Come
Are you
back
talking about Alpha Kappa
before
Psi?
I had to do the like week or whatever. I don't
Yeah.
know. They're scary.
It's trivial. It's so stupid.
It is, and I
It's
don't
so
like
dumb.
having other people choose my friends for me.
Also that.
You know,
I didn't because I hate men.
facts. I mean, I love that too. And you know, I hate to break it to you, but like girls also fucking suck.
Yes.
For as much as guys are stupid, girls are mean.
Mhm.
Like there is no in between. So fuck that. That's already
Drink to that shit.
Mhm.
I will.
Oh.
All right. I have a quick question. How did you guys?
Hey, hold on.
You okay?
No, I gotta slow down.
Like, ooh.
My cat's looking at me like you.
I thought in this movie.
So my son is looking at me with that
My
same
cat's
look.
like, yo, dog. I wish I could turn my camera around my laptop. Like she's looking at me like, what?
For some reason, in this movie, I thought Mary Elizabeth Winstead was going to be like the final girl
Me
in this.
too. Me
Yeah,
too.
like I thought she was because they kind of like made it seem that way, and then they did this turn where it became Katie Cassidy,
Yeah.
and it makes me and it's kind of interesting because on the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, Katie Cassidy, you would think that she was the final girl,
Yeah.
and then she ends up being like, you know,
Right.
killed in the first half of the movie.
Pretty much, I like that.
I'm a
She
big
should have
guy.
been the lead. It would have been a better film if she was the lead.
Oh,
Yeah.
totally.
And I think
Speaking of
Michelle
Shannon Moore,
Trachtenberg and
She would have
the,
been better too.
the older sister was supposed to be final girls.
They should have. They were. Michelle wanted to die. She asked to
Yes,
die.
that's true.
Yeah, I would love to see her as the final girl though,
We were all
but
rooting for her. How dare her?
How
but
dare
to be
you act
honest,
that?
like,
You
would
see what's
y'all
hidden now,
like to
y'all.
die in a horror film? Like, if you was able to be in Black Christmas,
Fuck yes.
you guys, I would want to die in a Black Christmas movie.
Oh yeah, same.
don't
I
care.
don't blame you
I
at
am
all.
a girl.
I would do it.
I don't know.
Go ahead, take my eyeball. Here you go. Get the left one. That's my time.
I don't know.
I'm a final girl, and or final whatever. I want to be like LL Cool J at the end of Deep Blue Sea Lane. When they talk about something.
Yeah.
No,
I want to be in
I
the
know you don't
sequel.
like the character Zero.
what's going on? Like everybody on my fucking Twitter feed is talking about LL Cool J.
I love LL's character.
What? You have to
He's down to it. Like
That's the
it's a lot
answer
of
to everything.
juxtaposition because he has a
I
clothing.
ain't never found the answers in the Bible like that
He's an
before.
alcoholic. It's like there's so much depth to this character. I love him. I love him. I recommend it. That is my favorite final boy.
Y'all like him because he's LL Cool J.
No, I like him because he has depth to his character. So much. Pastor, and you're an alcoholic. Make it make sense.
When
And you cook.
when I went into Black Christmas, I actually thought Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Michelle Trachtenberg, and actually Katie Cassidy would be like the final three. I thought they were gonna be like the final three. But then when Mary Elizabeth Winstead got that, I don't know what the fuck happened in that car. When I saw that blood shot, I
Blood
actually
splatter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awful.
I
That's
yelled.
What did he do to her? What did he do to her in that car to make her pop like that?
Right.
Why didn't they hear him breathing in the back?
It was probably like, surprise.
I have so many questions.
Like a shotgun, but you didn't hear a shotgun.
a shotgun. Who said a shotgun?
She popped.
Oh,
Like,
pop.
I'm trying to think what can make her
Yeah.
It was a blood
It was just like
splatter on
blood
the
It was a
front
blood.
window made it seem like it was like a sudden, like boom.
Yeah.
We're just assuming that it was a
Like,
good.
he just took some fucking C4 and like
They do that a lot in this movie. They just throw
That or
fucking
have
blood
like
at the
2 bricks
wall.
and just
Or maybe it was just like a big exaggerated choke slash.
Screen kill with the
That's what I was thinking.
work or the I guess the person who was like doing the body, and there was like a glass of milk or some shit.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Why would you have a glass of milk in your work area when you're dealing with dead bodies?
Because Christmas movie.
You're working on a morgue. Why do you have milk and cookies? I don't give a fuck if it is Christmas.
It's stupid. They're stupid. They're gonna be stupid, and it's a Christmas movie, so they're gonna throw milk into the scene.
Yeah,
it's so dumb, so dumb.
But I do think there was this thing with this film where they tried to sort of play into some of the '80s horror cliches, like the milk and cookies, and also the over-the-top blood. Because I think if you guys remember, around this time, most horror movies coming out were rated PG-13, and this movie was decidedly made to be an R-rated film, so it stood out from some of its peers in that regard.
Okay. Well, guys, overall, 2016. I meant said 2016, 2006. All right. Maybe this is getting to me just a little bit.
We're all here.
2006. Overall, who loved the movie again? Y'all enjoyed it?
I'm like right here.
I like it.
You know what? Fuck it.
I'll watch it. You have to. I'll
We say
watch
take
it
a drink
every
and
year.
enjoy it. Take a shot and it'll be fun.
Yes. It's fun to watch with people too. There's a few things I would take out. Like everything you guys said, I absolutely 100% agree. The incest stuff, nah. The whole backstory, a lot of it was unnecessary.
Trifling.
Yeah, trash, trifling.
I have one thing that pissed me off about the movie. When the trailer came out and the TV spots came out, they had a lot of great scenes that
wasn't in the movie. Yeah, there was a scene in the trailer. There was a scene with lights that I see that somebody was being dragged.
Yes, I remember that.
And I'm just like, why is that not in the movie? So, and it's not in the deleted scenes either. Like I got the, So I wonder what happened.
All I
This
can
isn't a
say is
Blumhouse
that
film, is it?
No.
Weinstein.
Oh,
Weinstein. We don't say that.
Was it Weinstein?
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah, it was through Dimension Films.
Yeah.
Actually, that film was nowhere on there.
Because I know they had some type of
Is that a Red Bull?
say in this movie.
You know,
They have none on this. None of them.
All
Can we
I
talk
can
about
say
the good
is
one
that
now?
this film gave me
Yes.
nightmares.
Yes.
Adrian.
Can we talk about the good one?
Yeah, you're about to go in. So
Yeah,
that
we talk about the
concludes.
1974 original.
Yeah, that concludes.
Let's get into it.
That concludes the 2006. We are going to talk about the 1974, the classic Bob Clark's classic, Black Christmas.
I hate
Now.
Wait. Okay, I'm a little like I love to watch 70s horror trailers. And my
We know, guys.
I know, like that is my I love that. And I love it when they say this movie doesn't make your skin crawl. I love that. I love that.
Amazing. I love it.
It just makes me so happy.
I'm right up there with you, Kai. I'm right up there with you.
Like I just love it.
Any fans of this movie?
absolutely.
Dumb question, but I just had to ask. Yes, I love this movie. I was a late bloomer when it came to this movie. I didn't see this. I seen this movie maybe 4 years ago. I wish I seen it a lot sooner, but I seen it 4 years ago for the first time. I actually seen 06 before I seen this one. And I wish I seen this one before, but you know, it is what it is. So it's all said that we all love this one more than 06 2019. Okay.
Combined.
We don't
Combined.
saying Harry Potter, the name we don't speak of or whatever. Shall not be named.
Okay, so I'm gonna call on y'all because I want to get y'all own like reasons why y'all love this movie. So Ash, I'll start with you. Why do you love I did that on purpose. Why do you love Black Christmas 1974?
Can she hear us?
Is it
Ash?
frozen?
She's frozen. I'm scared.
Wait, this is giving me real,
Oh,
Wow, I'm terrified.
real.
Host.
She's like behind like by 20 seconds, and I'm terrified.
We've seen this movie.
Very much
Ash, do you know what we're talking about?
I'm logging out.
giving
Okay, it's
very
been fine.
much. I don't like this.
I'm logging out. No, she's staring at us.
No, she's fine.
know.
Ash, do you hear us?
I'm so scared.
Okay. Okay, now I do. Okay,
There
sorry.
you go. Awesome.
So what was the
So
question?
you were getting scared, girl. You was getting scared. What do you love about 1974's Black Christmas?
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Again?
Oh man.
All right, Ash, we come back to you.
What do I love? One thing.
Oh, there you go. You hear us?
No.
Yes,
Ash? Okay. What do you love about Black
I
Christmas?
think
There you go. You look clear.
easy. Margot Kidder, and Olivia Hussey, but Margot.
Oh yeah, Margot. Margot is the ish.
Yeah.
Okay. Devin. Devin.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I really
what is happening?
I really love the tension and suspense in the original film, especially the end of the movie is super disturbing.
Oh yeah.
It also felt, I mean, I know we're comparing it to the remakes, but I felt like this film just felt the most natural.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's scary. It's legitimately a scary film.
Yes. Kai.
Sorry, y'all. Kayla's hitting me, but I love, like I said earlier, how it doesn't try to be a feminist movie. It is a feminist and or womanist movie. It is a movie that is progressive. It is a movie that has a plethora of the multidimensional aspects of women, and that women can stand firm on what they believe in, especially when we talk about Jess's character and her interaction with Peter and the A word and all that. It's like, yo, I don't want to do this. I want to do this. You know what I mean? And so it's especially for 1974. It is extremely progressive. So that is the one thing that really gravitated me towards the film after I watched it the first couple of times. And then Barbara's a bad bitch, period. And everybody's like on social media talking about how she's a bisexual legend. I'm like,
we love it. We love to see it.
Yep.
Yeah, I love it. The original is one of my favorite 70s slash films to this day.
Cat and Jazz.
Well, the phone calls are one of my favorite parts of that movie. They are so creepy. Oh my!
Yes.
Each call, it's like, oh, some Agnes. I'm like, what the fuck is going on in here? And how
Yes, it's
still
real
in the house?
scary.
Who the hell got my number? Because I would have been real upset.
On the phone.
But just like having the wart remove part every time.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you listening to me. Who the fuck is this? I would have had to go home. Like, I don't know where I'm going to go. But it would have been time to get the fuck. And I just, like I said, the suspense, because, like I said, the irony. You know that there is a killer in the house. They make it known at the beginning that there's someone who broke into the fucking house, but everybody else does not know, and they're moving without that knowledge. So they were like, no, don't go in there by yourself. No. So you're just at the scream like, please don't do this. And they're doing it because they're just like, girl, I'm just gonna go to bed, whatever. There's somebody. So I'm like, okay, it's good.
Obviously, like the movie, like they found the whole concept, of like the babysitter trope of like, oh, the call's coming from inside the house, and I'm just like, comparing like When a Stranger Calls to Black Christmas, I'm just like, I'll be a lot more scared in Black Christmas, because it's like,
who did it first, by the way? The calls coming from inside the house.
Well,
Black Christmas.
Black Christmas, but it's based on like urban
It's
legend.
an old story. It's a very old story.
So Black Christmas did it first, then When a Stranger Calls, but nonetheless, don't babysit nobody.
Yeah.
Ever.
Don't be babysitting
Yeah,
in the
man.
70s. Period.
Moral of the story: fuck them kids.
No.
You better take them kids to your grandma's house.
Hello.
Yes.
And All Hallows Eve is another example of fuck them kids.
Girl, because Art the Clown is shaky.
Right.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'm also a fan of first of all the atmosphere of the movie. The movie, like everybody has already pretty much said, it's scary as shit. Like I love 70s horror as well. It's chef's kiss for me. The ending is very bleak. I'm a fan of bleak endings. I don't necessarily need it to be a happy ending. And what really kind of like throws me off, especially when you watching a movie you're not really paying attention, is like the siren, where you kind of just hear it in the distance and they still can't find all these girls, spoiler alert, in the goddamn attic or scattered out the house. And you're just like, well, what the fuck's going on? Like,
Or after Peter's dead, because really it leaves you on thinking that Peter is the killer, especially after he threatens Jess. And it's like, oh, you want to get rid of this baby? I got something for you. And then you look up and Jess and Peter are, and Peter dead, you're like, wait a minute, hold up. Where the killer?
Right.
Crazy.
So crazy. Grae.
I sweep that house. They did not.
Hello.
No. Why didn't they check the attic? That was my biggest problem. It's like, come on, y'all didn't check the attic. Like, I know y'all know there's an attic, but whatever.
Yeah. And then,
All right. What about you, Grae?
I think I'll follow Kai's point of like, I forget the original urban myth, but that myth isn't that old. So like, or at the time wasn't that old. So like to see a version of it where it incorporates technology at the time, like we all take caller ID for granted or tracing calls for granted, but like at the time that could have been made up and or groundbreaking technology to see in a movie of like, I can trace a call from inside the house. You got to keep them calling forever. It's weird though, because John Saxon had that conversation with Elizabeth Hussey, and I'm getting on a tangent, but whatever. Like forcing her to say she's getting an abortion when that wasn't really necessary.
Right.
What does this do? Like, I get the progressiveness
for the police department in this movie,
right?
And the way
any movie,
everything.
But I do enjoy, and I think that's where I can see where 2019 was going with that, with the text messages. And 2006 completely missed of incorporating technology of the time to updating the urban legend, which is the thing that 74 captures so well, is that it preys on everyone's natural fears, a la Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or am I going the wrong way? Same year, preys on people basic fears.
Yeah. One thing I will say, so you mentioned like the police and stuff like that. Both the police and this 74 and 2019 are trash. Like they don't believe none of the women. They don't believe
It
any of
wasn't
them.
until Claire's boyfriend came from a hockey match.
Right.
Like, it's my girlfriend.
The white man.
Like, oh shit, where's your girlfriend? And how they automatically assumed that because she was a woman and she was missing, that she was with some boys. Like
exactly. It's just like whatever. We'll talk about that. Adrian.
For me, and just with Christmas horror in general, to me, it's the subversion of happiness, because Christmas time, of course, itself is just supposed to be a joyous time of the year. And I like that this film, especially back in the 70s, kind of took that and turned it on its head and did something completely different. It's crazy too, because just in the time place of this film, and which I love it for, I mean, it came out in the 70s and there was a lot of horror coming out around this time that was a little bit more, it's not even gratuitous, but for the time it was gratuitous. And then for this film to come through, completely slow burn, it took its time, it focused on dialogue, it focused on characters, but at the same time it was psychological. And the director, of course, himself also wasn't trying to make it a slasher film. It became, of course, a staple of the slasher genre, but the fact that he came at it from a different perspective and was trying to make something that made you think is what I love. That's the kind of horror that I really jive with. I love that shit. So I just love, I mean, obviously everything else about it is fantastic. The kills are still, just the set pieces that they set up are fantastic. But to me, just everything surrounding the film and just the time period that it came in. Maybe I'm like a history nerd, but that's what I love. And I just love it. I love it so much.
Right. And like going along with you, it felt real.
Right. Yes.
Like the characters were real. The whole setting was real. Like there was nothing fake about it. Like we're going to have like friends that are going to act like Barb. Like people deal with like Jess' situation. They get pregnant, like they have to deal with that. Like it's real life shit.
Right.
Mhm.
Without
And I
being a
also love-
self-parody like the 2019 version.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I just love the fact that like you guys mentioned that it feels real. And I love the fact I love Jess and Phil's relationship together. Like they don't show too much of it, but you can tell Phil is like a close friend to Jess. Like she's
Yeah.
just there listening to her I guess going through her abortion and kind of almost cursing Barb out when she was talking about watching turtles having sex.
Yeah, but
And
that fat fun fact was interesting.
very. I thought, I learned something new. Thanks, Barb. Okay. Never knew.
I feel like definitely projecting a lot of her like fear onto Claire, especially after that initial phone call.
Yeah.
Because whenever Billy's like, "I'm going to kill you," you can kind of see Barb be like, "Oh shit, this nigga's gonna kill me." You know what I mean? I kind of felt that. And whenever Claire was like, "I'm actually like showing that I'm scared," because of who Barb is or who is perceived to be in the film, she's like, "I'm a hard ass." So Barb's like, "Oh no, I ain't scared. You can't rape a Townsy, XYZ." You know what I mean? So like she's projecting that fear onto Claire whenever they got into that kind of like back and forth before Claire goes upstairs or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah.
What about you, Zero?
Wow, Bobby. I like this movie.
Yeah.
It was the only one that I had previously seen before doing my homework for this episode. The first time I saw it was because I got a recommendation from a women's studies class that I was taking. And it was really cool because my professor showed up with a horror t-shirt on one day. It was either Friday the 13th or Halloween. I don't remember, but one of the big three like that. And we bonded, and she told me about this film, and I had no idea that Christmas horror was a thing, existed, as a subgenre. So, like Kai, that's where my gravitation towards this film comes from, because I don't really care about slashers, and I don't really care about Christmas like many other people do. I can't knock the classics, and this film definitely has its place in horror history.
Yeah.
For many reasons. And it's definitely the best out of the three. The only thing, I don't think I have any problems with this film. It's just not really my type of film, but I do understand why this is the best one and why this has a prominent place in horror history and even feminist history, apparently, because I had a woman studies teacher recommend this movie to me.
That's cool.
But yeah, I mean, this whole thing was awesome talking to you guys about it, but those other two films, like this whole title, Black Christmas as a whole, kind of took like a
shit.
Yeah, very, very sharp.
Hey, Zero, I got a question for you. So the professor that recommended this movie, do they recommend any other horror films?
Mostly written renditions of Frankenstein's monster.
Really? So was it coming from the angle because it's written by a woman or written because of the metaphors when it comes to Frankenstein?
Both. It depends on the written rendition because apparently somebody down the line acquired the rights to the name Frankenstein, and then little different avenues of slightly different stories have
they went off,
where it is diverged from the original. But for both reasons, and I stand behind Frankenstein's monster for that reason, and I can also stand behind this film for that reason. Because and honestly, 2019 Black Christmas could take. I mean, in terms of creating something that is identifiable for the feminist community that gives a message without being preachy or finger pointery, as we were discussing before. That movie could take so many notes from the original, but I had no idea that this movie existed as a fan of horror, and that makes me sad because there's a lot of I don't know, good stuff in here, and also just for the 70s being one of the best films that you could be for the time for multiple reasons.
Do you consider, or do you think your professor would have considered the 2016 version misogynistic?
Probably.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I do keep in touch with that professor now, and she with it. And I be able to see through this with the depth that just us, a bunch of horror buffs, can see through this.
Mhm.
I think you either have to be a horror buff or a well-read feminist to see that.
Mhm.
Or I mean, I don't even know. Maybe it's that obvious. I really don't know, but I don't know. I don't think I'll be watching that movie again, y'all, or the 2006 version for that matter. But
Hey,
I'm glad I shared
Definitely
the
not 2019. I want to bring up a topic really quickly. Nobody's touched on it yet, but can we talk about how Halloween 1978 kind of owes a little bit of homage to what?
We're gonna get to that.
Oh,
That was my thing. We're gonna get to that.
because this is
Because I'm ready to
before.
talk about
Yeah,
it.
we're gonna get to that. Let me get Mark's, and then we're gonna get right into that.
Okay.
That was one of my questions.
okay.
All right, so Mark.
I actually rented when the Black Christmas 2016 was getting ready to come out. I rented Black Christmas 1974 from Netflix. Back then when they were still delivering this to people and stuff.
Mhm.
I remember sitting there watching that movie and was like terrified because I was staying on campus at the time. This was like Christmas time, and our apartment complex was like the only one on campus that you could stay at during Christmas time. And I worked on the staff. So it was literally about like 10 of us in the building, and with just like an eighth floor, 26 per floor room building, and all this. This like a slasher's heaven. You know what I'm saying? Bodies could be lined up and you wouldn't know shit. And so it was just like me sitting there watching that, and the last scene, piggybacking off everybody on the panel, the last scene to this day, if I watch it, if I put it on Shutter right now, this scene terrifies me because everybody left that girl in their house by herself. The police officers on the porch, and there's 3 dead bodies in the attic, and a killer still in the house.
That's the part that gets me.
Oh my
That's the
God,
part that gets me.
Terrifies me because I'm like, is she dead? Did she survive? Did he come down there and keep the job off?
Yeah.
Because all Billy had to do was go down there and take care of her because she's sedated, get out the house, and they would not know a damn thing.
Yeah.
Right.
And it terrifies me to this day. So that's
Where's the neighborhood watch at then? Those 2 guys that came earlier, like
that were goofy as fuck.
That would have been the perfect time for them to show up.
Yeah.
I'm like, why did y'all take her to the hospital? Like, why would y'all leave her in the goddamn house?
That was my thing. That was my problem with me as well. Is just the fact that they left her, they turned the lights off, they left her there by herself. Where the next room there was dead bodies, her dead friends were in that room. And then also y'all didn't do a thorough investigation throughout the whole entire house. You know what I mean? There's bodies in the attic. The dude up there is crazy as fuck, laughing and singing songs and shit. And it's just like, I don't know, it's a lot. And then when I first watched this, and then how it ended, credits, and then you just hear the phone ringing, and that's chills.
Ooh,
Chills.
70s horror.
70s horror.
70s horror. Right there.
When
chills. It's just no music, nothing. Just
why can't they emulate the creep? Why haven't they? I guess I should say, why haven't they emulated that same creepiness from the OG? Because the OG, the phone calls are by far the creepiest.
It's not even how Billy is saying.
Are not scary.
What he's
The
saying.
DMs have never been scary, but it's all close like this into the microphone.
I don't like that.
And the drama in his voice is like,
yeah. Besides the profanity,
he's throwing his voice, sounding like a woman, and then he's yelling.
The technology's out there for that.
Yeah.
The technology's out there because I was watching the show and they were talking about how this guy was actually it was a podcast, the Hollywood Stunt Queen, whatever. They were throwing their voices. They were acting like as a man in one phone call, and next there was a woman, full accent. They can do that nowadays. It can be done. But yeah, and I got a question for everybody. how long does it take for a body to start smelling? Because I'm thinking
Listen.
myself, they should have started their bit.
Jazz knows
I know it smell like doo doo in air. Bodies in the motherfucking attic. I know it's flies.
Right. No, we felt the
Actually,
same.
I have the perfect person to ask this question to. I know y'all have shared her cosplays before, Jazz and Kat. Vanta Black. She's a cosplayer, a friend of mine, but she's also a mortician. So I will ask
Ooh.
her.
Oh,
I'm gonna
Tell me more.
I gotta put y'all on
yeah,
camera.
because you void your bowels as soon as your brain stops.
Right.
Like
Yeah, but it smelled like 2-3 days. Like I said, they smelled. At least they smelled the dookie.
Man,
Sorry. You release yourself, and y'all don't know this science. We
I
not
mean,
gonna
you're right, but mine.
The only thing that smelled something was the cat. The cat was like, oh.
Right.
Oh, sniff, sniff here. Okay.
Right.
I can't.
Did that cat die, or did the cat just like never like whatever
I don't
happened
think
to that
so.
cat?
He was
You never
just
seen a
chilling.
cat
Like
again?
how
Okay.
Daddy came to the house and was talking shit. The house mom was talking shit too. Like, girl, you with shits too. Like, you up in there drinking and doing everything.
She was like,
She was the best.
He
It's
is
hilarious.
for
Wilding out.
food.
I love the house mother in this
She's
one.
the
She is
best.
a whole
She had,
vibe.
was it
Yeah.
a Bible or was it just a book?
Yeah, it was an encyclopedia. She's like,
God, girl, you ain't gotta hide your bottle. Well, it was 1974. They ain't got the thing.
Yeah.
They're trying to be modest.
She had it in a book. She had it in a toilet seat cover thing.
The toilet.
Like,
Why you gotta
That's
hide
insane.
your drink? You in a college house.
She was wilding with a toilet, but I like being functional.
Yeah.
she was hiding a Barb. You saw how
Yeah, my
Barb
assumption-
was guzzling down.
Yeah,
Her
my
wrist
assumption
was
she's
with
hiding
alcohol
it.
bottles.
She was hiding that shit.
Oh yeah.
Also, girl, that
Yeah.
big ass purse. You better put that bottle in there and call it.
Put it in I don't know, a little water bottle or something. They used to drink.
Get you a flask, girl.
Oh,
Something. Just slip right in that little pocket.
If you
pull
got
it in out.
shapewear,
Look, stick it right in here and it'll just fit.
it might be a little warm.
That's all right.
But it'll fit.
So, question. So, everybody, first time watching this movie, did y'all think that Peter was Billy? Like, were y'all fooled? Or
Peter will
no?
always be Billy. I don't care who Billy is. Peter will always be Billy. Peter is Billy. I don't care. Peter is the main antagonist.
I was.
I didn't think it was Peter because I just feel like he wouldn't have came in and did all that shenanigans. Plus, the shenanigans had started before him and just really even had that conversation.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, for the person to call and specifically be like, get Buck on Barb, because Barb pulled up on the phone like, shut up, you fucking weirdo. No, I was like, nah, bro, that don't even make sense for Peter. It was easy to put it on Peter because circumstantial evidence, but as the viewer and you seen what happened, I was like, no. That just does not make sense for you to do all of that, all because somebody don't want to have your baby. You need to go. No.
Or maybe it was Claire's boyfriend.
Oh.
Ooh.
I don't know.
The fact that he was extremely Canadian. Sorry. Just saying. That was just giving me real Canada.
Yeah, very that.
Yeah. Canadian movie,
True Canada.
Yeah. I will say I love Jess. Jess was a tough cookie. And what I mean by that is just like she, Peter sitting there crying on the phone, not wanting, the abortion, and he's like, "I love you," and she's like, "Yeah, I know." Like she,
yes. Oh my God.
Like,
I want to focus on my career. I don't want this child.
throughout the movie, she's just like, and like, just to keep it short, she just pretty much saying, "Stop being a fucking baby and get over it. I'm doing what the fuck I want." That's it. That's it.
How he was playing.
I don't want to get married. I don't want to have this baby. I don't want to be with you.
I got stuff to do.
Period.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's focusing on her career. She really belongs in 2020.
Very fast.
Yeah.
The fact that he had a whole entire that was just so stereotypical of like dudes back then. Like I have this whole life planned out for me and you, and
girl trash.
You have no say in it. It's just like I got that back in 2006 or whatever I saw the first time. Like,
let's also talk about the fact that he tried to throw proposing to her as another way of like gaslighting her to keep
girl.
Parents. She like, well, I don't even really want to.
No.
So
yeah.
How old was he? Because he's talking that's like 8 years.
That haircut was sending me. Though.
Sharing a bathroom with 10 other people. Like, what? Like, you're not doing that.
I don't mean no harm, but I was like, Peter, you're a little too old to be fucking majestic in the first goddamn place.
Right.
I was always confused because he's the lead guy from 2001: A Space Odyssey, which was a huge movie. And then, like 5 years later, he's doing some like Canadian independent horror film that no one's talking about. So, like, was it a fall from grace, or did he see the potential? In the script? I was always curious
like that movie when it came out. I'm not sure. Like, was it,
how big is it when it came out?
How big was it? You know,
I don't think it did well.
Right.
I don't think it did well financially, but I believe critics applauded it, at least in the beginning.
1974 original bombed in the US, but it was a hit in Canada. So maybe over there was like, oh, okay, we get here. It's like, you know how we are, or how we are here.
But having said that, he played an astronaut 5 years earlier, and now he's playing a college student. So I don't know how.
Let's talk about Don Saxon for 2 seconds.
All right, let's do it. Come on, eyebrows. Come on, eyebrows.
I mean,
all right.
I mean,
always in the police force.
Oh,
yeah.
Always.
He looked like a lieutenant.
Like up until
So,
last
y'all got a script for me? Y'all want to play a cop? Oh, I got an outfit right here in my closet. I'm ready to go. I got
his own badge and shit.
It's got draped over the whole outfit. It's ready in the little dressing bag.
I got my own clothes.
I'm ready to go.
I love that. All right. So I will say, yeah, he was.
He was so good.
Yeah. He passed away this year, right?
Who passed away?
John Saxon.
John Saxon.
This year. It was earlier this year.
Stupid 2020.
Man, what?
2020 is ass. Rest in peace, Devo.
Right?
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw that out there, but that hurt.
Yeah.
That hurt a lot.
All right, well, that wraps our conversation on 1974's Black Christmas. The epicness of this movie is just, I love it. I watch it every year. Definitely tradition over here. Have to keep
I am
watching
no longer a holiday horror virgin.
Hey!
Yeah.
Yay, welcome.
I love that.
I'm doing my best.
All right, guys. So before we go, I have one last game.
Oh God!
Yes.
It doesn't involve.
Okay.
Oh my liver.
Can't drink anymore.
Okay. It doesn't involve drinking. It don't.
Because I chugged everything in this room.
I
mean, I'm all
the
gone.
rest of the night. What time is it where y'all at? It's only 9 o'clock here, so.
No, girl,
9 o'clock
it's 7 p.m. where I'm at.
It's
3 games central.
Is it? Oh.
Wait,
Is
hold
it
on.
weird to ask?
It's early.
Raise your
What
hand.
time zones is
Raise
everyone
your
in?
hand if you're on the East Coast.
Women never eat.
Never eat soggy waffles.
Well, like, there's different time zones. If you're EST, raise your hand.
EST.
Wait, what?
You're PST, raise your hand.
sorry.
PST.
Okay, just
if you're CST, raise your hand.
I'm CST.
Oh, okay.
I'm marking the only two. So it's 9 o'clock here, right?
Yeah.
Look at us, a little diverse group.
Yes, I love
All
that.
over the place.
All right, so this last game is battle of some characters, and then we're done.
All right.
Okay. So what I have first is a battle of better leads / I guess final girls in a sense.
Okay.
So we have Jess versus Kelly from 06 Black Christmas versus Riley from 2015. Now.
Sorry.
Confusion.
Riley. Well, who was like a better, I guess, final girl?
Right, Jess.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Jess was doing all this while she was pregnant.
Right, Jess.
True.
Right. This was with child.
Right.
Okay. But who put up a bigger fight, though? I will say, I mean, Riley took some shit. Even though 2019 is trash, Riley got her ass whooped. Okay,
She got her ass
She did get her ass kicked.
by
She got her ass kicked, but she still came out. I mean, all the girls did because they all helped. But I will say she still did a thing. I will give Jess credit because she did it by herself, pregnant and stuff like that. But
Shoot, she got her hair snatched and was able to go right back up.
But what about Kelly? Because Kelly was going against Agnes and Billy.
Kelly was
manipulators too,
in my opinion.
You said what?
Kelly technically didn't know.
Right.
Yeah.
You said Kelly technically didn't know?
Yeah. Like she had double adversaries as well as just being privileged. Is that wrong? Is that wrong?
Come on.
Kelly was a product of her circumstance. It was just like people were dropping dead around her, but at the end of the day, it was just like she got lucky, in my personal opinion. Even though I love Cassidy, I just feel like Jess was on the case from day one, and she was just like, there, and she was like, okay, the cops talking to me, I'm gonna do all this stuff. Then they sat there and told her like the calls come from the house. She was like, okay, I gotta do the action. Bar, field, where y'all live, y'all need to answer me. Y'all need to, and then she went to investigate it when she realized she was in trouble.
Her screaming was a moment.
Somebody
It was ridiculous. Every time she answered the phone too. Hello? And I was like,
the call is coming from inside of the house.
You didn't have to answer the phone like that.
That's that Romeo and Juliet right there. Girl did that.
She was screaming a lot.
All right, so we're gonna vote. I'm gonna pick on y'all. So I'm gonna just go in order from where I'm at. Kat and Jazz. Who y'all say?
I feel like okay, because I mean the other girl, whoever the name is from 2019, whoever that girl is. I mean it was cool and all, but it kind of turned to a Lord of the Rings battle at the end where everybody else was fighting with women. I straight up was like, oh, this is like okay, so y'all are really in Mordor like shit. Okay. And it was a lot of help and stuff going on. Then she had prior knowledge, like she knew from jump shit was going crazy.
Thank you. Like where is this information from?
Yeah, the middle one.
It reminds me of the battle in 300.
You messed with the wrong sisters. This is for Sparta.
They dropped the bus down the whole.
Ass.
Yeah, the bus.
Whoa, I'm done.
It was a dangerous temple.
Like just because she sprung into action without really knowing what it was by herself, pregnant with the Joan, and killed who she thought was the assailant because she also
beat that
as well, and she thought she ended up on top. But she didn't end up on top because we still heard the breathing at the end. Jesus.
Yeah. All right. So y'all say Jess, Adrian.
Jess. Yeah.
Jess. Okay.
Yeah, Jess. Riley did okay. She was fine. I don't know. Kelly was okay, but I don't know. She got lucky, I guess, because really, I mean, Billy and Agnes they had like a fucking buffet of people to murder in that movie. So she really had like no focus on her anyways. So I say Jess. She was going through the most personally, I would say. And she was the bad bitch. Fuck men.
Period.
Hey. Devin.
I want to say Riley. I think that Riley actually dealt with more trauma, especially being a sexual assault victim. But having said that, I mean, at the end of the day, I think it is Jess. Because even from an audience perspective, we don't know who's after her. Is it Billy or is it her boyfriend?
Peter, right.
Yeah.
Right. And so it mind fucks you as an audience member as well.
Yeah.
So I'll say Jess.
Jess. Grae.
Jess, 100%. To Devin's point, I think Riley is a strong character. However, I did not connect with her until she had her moment.
Yeah.
And it was just like, until then, I was just like, what is going on in this film? As where Jess, I was just like, fuck Peter. He's a fucking dick.
He's throwing his piano. Like, boy.
Right.
Yeah, temper
Girl, the
tantrum.
privilege to destroy that fucking piano.
Precisely.
Yes, I can't. All right, 0.
Okay. Obviously, 74 is the answer.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with that. But I also, I don't know. Maybe I just like Imogen Poots is my fucking deal.
That's your third or fourth time mentioning it.
I really like her. I actually went on an Imogen Poots binge one day and I watched the Vivarium and Green Book and one other one that I don't remember. But I like a good battle, and I thought that that end very epic girls versus boys manhunt in middle school type battle was interesting.
Right.
And it was a little more towards my genre of liking, and I don't know. I like that she was very obviously a survivor from the beginning, even if it was not written that cleanly throughout the whole movie. But I don't know. I liked her character, and I felt myself kind of rooting for her more than in the original for some reason. Don't cancel me.
No.
No, I can see it.
I don't know, but I don't know. I guess preferred the more action up front, and then we save the day period and type ending. And I think it was also, I mean, this might sound like super fucking cliche, but like the teamwork.
I'll probably say that's what I love most
That was
about
Avengers
2019.
Yeah, very Avengers Endgame.
That was super Avengers, like
really showing my ass more as a fantasy action horror fan than a straight up horror and slasher kind of formula. But I don't know. I just maybe the ending with 19 was a little more satisfying to me than 74, even though I thought all around that 74 was the better film.
Yeah, I agree with that. I like that. Yeah. Okay, Kai.
Obviously, I'm gonna say 74 because just
Yeah, we already knew that. I started fucking recording. I was like, I already know what Kai's answer is.
With Child and beat Peter's ass, period. But 06 was the smartest in regard. I'm sorry, that defibrillator scene just got me. She was like, oh shit, oh I bet you the blood, all right, cool. I know somebody coming. Let me go ahead and crank this up real quick, light it up, and whoever come down, I don't care who it is, they finna get shot. There we go. So, in regards, just like everything being like done properly, 74. But in regards to just like quickness, definitely 06. 19, who are
you? All right. I like that. I like that.
I don't know 2019. I don't know.
Ash.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go with Jess. I can respect each final girl and what she had to do to make it through. But I was more emotionally invested in Jess. Jess. Like, I mean, I'm a huge Olivia Hussey fan. I love her. I mean, Homegirl was just killing it. I mean, long hair, she got snatched up and she was still running. Like, that did not stop her. Like, her outfit was cute too. But I mean, I'm just saying, like,
get on that.
Like, she just didn't give a fuck. I mean, she did what she had to do. She stood her ground. She stood for what she believed in, and that helped her at the end. So,
yes,
love her.
Yes, Mark.
I mentioned earlier that I was Team Jess. I feel that I don't know if it's the alcohol or just I can't connect to Riley at all. I'll just remember her name when one of y'all mentioned it. I'm like, oh, that's her name. Okay, cool. Because once I saw the movie, I was like, kind of like what Z said earlier, like, okay, I did the homework. But I did the homework, and I just didn't care. I don't remember any of the characters' names. I think I wrote down the 2 black characters survived. But other than that, have been Team Jess through all these iterations of this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, I'm still to this day trying to figure out if she survived or not. And then a tidbit: have any of y'all seen? I'm sure y'all seen Behind the Mask.
Leslie Vernon.
Leslie
That's
Vernon.
the funniest movie I've ever
Good.
seen in life. God, that movie.
They were saying that God, what's the man's name? Who was his idol? Who was his the guy who the old guy? They're saying that the woman, the married couple who was leading him on, that was Billy and Jess.
Okay.
They were saying that was
Wait, the old couple?
that being Billy and Jess. And I was like, I can take solace in that to a certain degree, just because just because she survived. Because to this day, I'm like, y'all go check on Jess. So they go to hospital. She went through too much shit. Y'all go check on Jess. So
Please.
I'm Team Jess, but I love that they alluded that was Billy and Jess in their movie a little bit. That's the rumor around the horror fanatic, other horror fans.
Dope. That's
That
dope.
was a funny ass movie. Leslie Vernon. That.
Can I ask a question? I'm just curious about this. How the fuck did they get in the house without anyone hearing them? Because like in the 06, those are some big people. So how did they not
Especially David ass.
Most of them were
They
new.
know they wrote it themselves.
Most of them were
And they
new.
got a natural 20 and they wrote it themselves. Came right through the door.
I'm so upset now that Adrian said that Agnes was played by a man. I'm very.
You didn't know that?
I really am. Like,
You didn't know that, Kai?
I did not.
Do I
That
really
is a man.
And now it makes more sense because I'm getting, what was it? Which Halloween was it that Rob Zombie did with the Michael Myers was having the really long moppy hair?
Probably the second
the
one.
first one.
Yeah, both of them.
Now that I don't like that. If that was slid in 2020. A man playing no, that would not have
No, not okay.
Hold on, one second. I gotta take something out.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to figure out if the guy who played Agnes is the same person who played the gym teacher in the Scary Movie.
Oh,
all right, we're not gonna go there. No. All right, next one. Better villain. Speaking of Agnes and Billy, Billy, original Billy. Y'all should be drinking like hell right now because I'm saying Billy like 5 times.
I mean,
I'm pouring up another one.
Billy and Agnes from 06, and the possessed frat dudes from 2019.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah,
Don't
garbage.
they're a stupid villain. So
Yeah.
we should
honestly, Billy in 1974 because the things he said on the phone alone. Like that shit. Literally, it's 2020, and I'm like, oh my god,
gross, so
Okay,
disgusting.
you're not wrong.
like,
Yeah.
So everybody says 74.
74.
Even though Billy and Agnes scared the shit out of me when I watched 06. Like that movie gave me a legit nightmare. It took me a while for me to start watching that movie again because I was terrified. So
I'll say that. I'll give Agnes in 06 credit because Agnes is terrifying. I don't care.
Agnes. Well, now I know it. Anyway,
I just want like a standalone woman slasher that's recurring. You know, not just a one-off, but like.
Yeah.
I thought we had that with Ma until I realized the motive for why Octavia.
That movie was dumb as fuck. I hate it.
Okay, and then wasn't that Blumhouse again?
Yeah,
Wasn't
Ma
that
was.
Blumhouse?
It surely was.
When okay, so
I love the actress. What is her name?
Octavia Spencer.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Tangent. It's smart as fuck. That's when it came out because you have films like Get Out and Us. It came out in the same year as Us. So I'm like thinking like, and I'm on Twitter. All these think pieces on like Mind, how it's synonymous to Annie.
Thinking.
Exactly. And then you see the movie, I'm like, girl, you doing this? You suck dick in a closet? Like, girl. Oh my God! I didn't even say it on the
And you know what? You sucking Confederate dick in the closet. I don't
That's what I'm saying. You upset?
I'm logging off.
How did he get here?
When I saw that movie.
Wow.
I said, "Sister, man, she the only black girl in this town, really." And
Oh my gosh.
I love y'all. Okay, next one.
I just Mob really pissed me off.
As it
No, I
should.
feel you.
Good.
Yeah, I
I'm
can
glad
see
that
that.
we're all in agreement.
Garbage.
We should all just write a letter to Jason Blum and be like,
His ass
I'm gonna need him to take a break.
thing off of the marginalized people who are looking for diverse shit to watch right now. Because now all of us in marginalized groups are like, oh shit, like another marginalized lead character. Let's go do that.
I spent $20 on those movie tickets. I want my money back.
Bear that.
Oh, baby, I watched that for free. Sure did.
Same. I seen that shit for free. I had some free tickets.
Purge, and I'm very upset about. I will die on the heel of that. The First Purge was one of the most terrible films I'd seen. Was it 2018? Of 20.
Well, actually,
I like the first Purge.
I haven't seen that.
I understand why it's problematic. I totally understand why the First Purge can be problematic, but as a movie, no.
I sat there and I was in tears. I was like, especially the scene where the little like gunmen were like going floor to floor.
Yeah.
I was crying in this movie in tears. Like, no, like, because that's some shit that could really good. Like that shit. Maybe I'm just seeing it from a different lens, but I was very upset watching the first.
I think it was too touchy to be in the hands of who it was in the hands in.
That part.
Yeah.
You don't even know how to say thank you.
That whole and put it in the hands of Monkey Paw per se. I would trust that they could, get a little more transparent opinion.
Yeah.
Not opinion. That's not the word I'm looking for. Viewpoint, I guess. But I did enjoy it. But I had issues with it, but I did enjoy it. But not like Ma. I left the theater. I was like, fuck that. That was shit. Like off the rip. I didn't even have time to think about it. I was like, I don't like this. I remember thinking of the point where sitting in the theater, like, all right, this is the point where I check out from.
Yeah.
High school dick at that. This is upsetting.
No, the end scene where she paints what Darrell.
Girl, thank you for saying it.
One of us. There's no girl. Sit your ass down. Talking about
Why are you trying to be this token? Like, girl, what the?
Right.
Only could be
Jason Blum, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Damn.
That was him. That was his idea.
It was trash. I will say, I went to watch that movie in the theater, and like maybe 40 minutes in, two girls in the theater started brawling, like legit fighting out into the lobby. So my money was worth it.
Yeah,
girl. Yeah, girl. They were scrapping in the lobby, and I was like, you know what, Ma? It'll be 2 stars because of that fight. That movie was so shit that they started fighting.
I had a similar experience because I had free movie tickets to see this, and literally in the middle of the movie, there was 2 girls like brawling right outside the theater. I'm like, what is going on? So we had to like all run out there.
Nothing better to do.
So we missed like maybe 15 minutes of the movie and then went back out.
Oh my God. Yeah, what movie theaters y'all going to?
It was one I did not want to go to, but that was the only theater that would allow those tickets to go see Ma, unfortunately. So I took that chance.
That's a whole other episode we got to talk about.
Yeah, definitely. All right, next one. So everybody say Billy from 74. All right. So better drunk, Lauren or Barb?
Barb.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, Barb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Barb is
Fun facts. She's willing to share her drink.
And she got used to. We ain't talk about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
She got mommy.
Barb is a mood. Okay. Better best friend, Phil from the original, or Chris from the 2019 version.
Chris.
Oh, I like Chris a lot, actually.
I like Phil.
But Phil is better.
I like look at her hair, her curl, her fro.
Her fro, right?
She was like,
who said Chris?
So I'm like, sign my petition. Sign it. Sign my petition.
So Grae say Chris, but who's all for Chris?
I think I'm gonna go for
I don't
Chris.
mind Chris.
You know what?
I do like Chris.
Okay.
They jumped in on the bandwagon for some supernatural spooky fraternity shit, and they did help. So I ain't even gonna hold you. You know, that's a lot to believe and assist with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I like them both. Like I love Phil because you could just tell like she was there for Jess, and they were kind of like, I don't know, like it was just some compassion there. I don't know. I'm all for that shit. But I also like Chris because she came through at the end.
yeah,
So
I need people down the ride. Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm torn. I don't know. Okay. Best house mother.
LOL.
74 Mrs. Mack or 06 Mrs. Mack?
The first
06.
one because she was
Y'all say 06?
Mrs. Max.
Wait, who said 06? Devin and Grae?
Yeah.
Tell me why.
I mean,
She was not
I
as
thought the original
judgmental.
house mother.
The first house mother was judgmental as fuck.
She
And
was.
also, I like someone who can drink. So
Right.
that's why I like Andrea Martin.
And
I thought you were gonna say that's why you like
I
me.
drunk too, but I'm just a big fan of Andrea Martin. So
Same.
I'm
Yeah, she's
gonna
amazing.
choose her.
And she also had the common sense to be like, fuck these damn girls. They don't like my ass any damn way. She was like, fuck y'all. I don't like me any goddamn way. Shit, I'm gonna go.
I don't know what happened to my camera. All right, so I missed it because my camera for some reason like went out. All right, so show of hands. 06 house mother. One more time. Okay, and then I guess everybody else is 74 house mother.
Mm-hmm.
Well, was there a house mother in 2019 or no?
Surely not.
No.
Surely not.
Yeah.
You
could have said was fine.
She probably would have been a killer of them damn girls a damn self. She's like,
Right. That would have been a
Yeah.
twist. That would have been a twist there. Shit.
Man, I hate that movie.
Okay, and I guess the last one, the best sorority. All three movies. Which one?
Was it Pi Sigma Kappa?
I'm gonna go with 2019.
You say 2019 better?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
It was like the Avengers. They was ready to ride.
Yeah.
Everybody else died. So
Yeah.
Like, I could have actually gotten into the
Like what slasher element of 2019 if we have all of them teaming up like the goddamn Infinity Stones coming back?
Yeah, that is
Just
fucking
put it
true.
out.
There you go.
Hi, this is
Everybody's
getting
ass collectively.
disrespectful.
I would have to go with 2019 as well. Even though I think I would have probably gotten into the 1974 sorority.
I like Pi.
But the 2006 sorority, I would have been there just for the shits because I've been sitting there just like, y'all just tear each other apart. I'm in the corner just getting all this.
I would have went home early in that 2006 day. I would have been gone 2 days before the shit would have even happened.
Right.
Whoops.
Exactly, because them.
Y'all
I would have
really
been staying there. They were like, okay, we can leave when? Okay, I'm out this bitch because I don't like none of you hoes any damn
We
way.
can leave our sisters too. Y'all ain't blood. Bye.
Exactly.
Sorry. If y'all want to stay, y'all stay.
be blessed.
It seemed like they were sitting
Wait,
there.
wait. Hey, Jazz say be blessed.
Okay.
Yeah. Be blessed.
Blessed.
Y'all people and stuff like that. 2016 was just ruthless. They were
Oh, they
really
were awful. The worst.
Yeah, they were awful. Well, that's it, y'all. That's it. Was there anything else y'all want to talk about 74? Are y'all good?
I'm good.
I recommend it to everyone.
Yes.
She
Yes.
Yeah.
speaks for herself.
Yes.
Right.
Highly recommend to watch during this holiday season.
Wait, we didn't go into how Halloween or how it connected to Halloween.
Oh yeah. I'm so sorry. Thank you. That was a
Thank
question
you,
I
Devin,
feel
because I forgot myself and I have.
Devin, you're like, are you the least sober one here? Maybe.
I doubt that. I highly doubt
No, he's
that.
been drinking martinis, right?
Yeah.
Jazz is the least so.
No,
well.
Okay, so
Yeah,
I don't know.
so before we go, honestly, Halloween was heavily inspired from Black Christmas. Do any of you guys have anything to say about that? Like,
The
obviously,
POV,
the POV, obviously,
The POV.
yeah,
First,
the
Heavy
POV,
breathing.
the beginning of it, heavy.
yeah. Can somebody hand Billy an asthma pump, please?
Billy is talented though. Like Billy is strong. His voice is, he can.
She said, "I got it for you. Don't worry about
Maybe
it."
that's why he killed Barb, so he could take hers.
Yeah.
I said he can't. He killed
I do remember reading somewhere, like back in the day, that Halloween was inspired by Black Christmas, and if I'm not mistaken, it was written as sort of a follow up to Black
I think
Christmas.
they were John Carpenter, and I'm not sure if it was Bob Clark or whoever. Someone in the production was supposed to collaborate on a sequel to Black Christmas, but I think that Bob Clark, if I'm not mistaken, was like, I don't want to do another movie, and John Carpenter's like, all right, fuck it, gonna make Halloween. So yeah,
right.
Yep.
Having said that, I still look at Halloween as a sequel to Black Christmas. I personally do.
Somebody owes Black Christmas some money.
Yeah.
Give them their flowers.
So how would that be though? So okay, because you know in the beginning of Halloween, you got Michael Myers as a kid. He killed his sister. So how would you guys turn it into like? How would that connect as a sequel to Black Christmas?
Holiday.
I would do that as like Halloween 3, almost like where every sequel is a mythology. So you tackle a different holiday with every sequel.
Okay.
Like just the relationship dynamic between men and
women,
whether that's
because
relative or whomever. It's like that dynamic of I don't like this person, or like I am a man and I don't like my sister, or I'm a man and I don't like my mother, or just that woman and man dynamic of hatred that's in Black Christmas and in Halloween.
That's interesting to say, because Michael and Billy are not the same character at all.
No,
right.
But it would be interesting to see like if you know. Yeah, you have like a Valentine's Day set version of the story, and it's some guy who's jilted over his ex-wife or whatever.
Yeah,
make the killer straight.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. Black Christmas kind of inspired a lot of the slashers that we got up into this point, and I feel like a lot of people, and it's crazy because a lot of people still don't know to this day nothing really about Black Christmas. You know what I mean?
Canadian film.
It's slower moving. It's a slow moving movie. Like if you compare it to 2006, I think if you were born like now, like you would probably defer to 2006 as more action driven. But the original film is just really, really impactful.
Yeah, it is.
It kind of
slow burn.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me when I showed somebody Halloween 2000. When Halloween? When did it run? 2007.
2009.
I showed them Halloween, and then they were like, no, it was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They saw the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. Then I showed
2003 or 2006.
No, this is what I'm saying. They saw the remake of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre first. Then I showed them the original, and they had the audacity to tell me that the original was the better movie. And I was like,
I can see that.
I was kind of appalled. And then another friend told me that they showed somebody Rob Zombie's Halloween, and when they showed them John Carpenter's Halloween, they laughed throughout John Carpenter's Halloween.
Oh,
that's disrespectful. And I want to vouch for Rob Zombie's Halloween simply because of the backstory aspect, but don't disrespect it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, very that.
Right.
Oh, okay.
But those older films were more slow moving.
They were slow moving.
Slow moving. They were character driven and not as action oriented as a lot of the films that came out after the effect were. So I think when I first started talking to Ash, I asked you about the Texas Chainsaw remake versus original. I think you said did you say you like the remake more? I can't remember.
The remake was the first one I've seen first.
Right.
And then I saw the original. So I mean, I love the original. I'd rather watch that than the remake.
Okay. I wouldn't be mad if you say you prefer the remake because
I love the remake.
I was gonna say I love the original, like the remake. I feel like I watch more.
Yeah.
Than the original.
Yeah.
Because you can only tolerate Franklin so much.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how annoying he was until like recently. Because I was like, I didn't realize how annoying he was until
so annoying.
Can we talk about the second one?
100%. Oh.
I
like the second one.
Which one? What movie?
Sorry.
I like the first three.
Second one is this movie.
I like
part 4.
Part 4, I laughed at
All
part.
right, what are we talking about now? Texas Chainsaw 4?
Yeah.
Okay, because y'all saying y'all like part 3 and 4. No.
What? Oh no! After Matthew and was that 2? No, I don't know. All I know is Matthew and Renee. That's you.
That was part 4.
McConaughey.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But can I say this about the whole Black Christmas thing? If they do another Black Christmas movie, I'm going to scream.
Yeah, please stop it. Stop the pain.
You don't have
a black version of Black Christmas.
I will sit there and watch a black version, but like 10,
I think
20
there is. Oh, let me look.
Part
I know
2.
there's
Yeah,
The night that Billy came home.
Wait, what? There is?
it's gonna be.
There's a sequel to the original.
Is there? What's it called?
The night Billy.
Black Christmas 2. The night Billy
Is it?
came home.
Wow.
Hold up. I gotta look this up.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yep. All black.
Is it?
What?
Yes, it is.
Where is this?
TV.
But is it like
I love
a
TV
Chris
movies.
Stokes kind of movie? Like
Okay,
that's
we
really
don't
good.
do that.
You said Chris Stokes.
We don't
Yeah,
say
you know.
Grae.
It starts on BET,
Somebody
stars
help,
Marion and Megan Good.
Devin,
Somebody help me.
One of those movies.
you're ruining it for everyone.
Google right now.
sorry.
I
Because
see
don't he
Oh, I
have
hate
a horror movie?
I really came home.
Yes.
Oh my God, that was made in
Yep.
2016.
Who's in it?
Yep,
I
it's
can't
a
find.
sequel.
Who's in it? I can't find it on IMDb.
It's
Yeah,
on Indigo.
wow. Actual, like, I don't know if y'all can see. Hold up. Those are black people.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh wow.
And it was filmed in Houston. And
I'm
it's on
so
no
watching this
idea.
movie tonight when I get drunk.
Yo,
it has
Kai,
a 4.7.
Kai, I smell an interview coming soon.
Say that again?
I smell it.
Right now. How come nobody see this is I feel like we left one off then.
Yeah, why
Yeah,
did we
me
not
too.
talk about
I felt
this?
cheated.
Like,
I
look.
felt
We should
cheated.
cover
I
this.
feel like I should have did my research because I didn't know that existed.
Because what
That's
is
all
this?
right.
Most
I need
people
to
don't.
know.
I was today years old. That's all right. We can always circle back on that.
Yeah.
You know, we love.
Oh,
new
baby,
stuff.
these are black and brown people for real.
Right, we love that.
They got a 4.3.
It was released December 5th, 2016 with a 2000.
Oh, look at that! A wonderful day. Oh wow! Just wow! Couldn't contain myself.
Oh yeah, this is like black and brown for real.
Wow! Look at that.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to do a review on this one. I'm gonna
I
have
have
to.
to get into that. I have
I'm
to get into
so watching this tonight.
Yeah, same.
Higher rating than
Right, like, I'm gonna watch this tomorrow.
I can't.
But
Watch
where?
party.
I'm mind fucked right now. I'm sorry, I just never knew that.
I'm so upset right now.
Yeah, I'm shocked. Where can you even watch this though?
Yeah, where can you find
Maybe
it?
on Amazon. Amazon has everything.
I'm so pissed off right now, y'all. Grae over here. Grae over here. quiet.
Wait, I mean, is this gonna be on the stream or no? Are we just talking now or?
You gotta.
I'm gonna edit some stuff out maybe.
Yeah.
Because
Girl.
Just because I don't want it to run too long, you know what I mean? So
Yeah. You gotta do your outro.
yeah, I have to do that. Well, speaking of, since we know there's another a sequel to Black Christmas, we all just finding that out right now with an all black cast. Wow.
I'm so scared to watch this movie.
Yeah, me too. This is wild.
I feel like
I
my
should-
shit is bad.
like whoever said Chris Stokes, because he's
I feel so
Devin.
secluded. I'm the only one that knew this.
yeah, no, great.
No, I knew it existed.
Yeah,
I
thank
couldn't
you.
find- I
Like,
couldn't find the official entry.
Why y'all
Yeah,
never
like,
said?
wait,
Why y'all didn't say anything? I wish I knew this.
It's not canon to the original series. It's like a fan-made film.
Grae,
it's like in the movie where that person's like, "Oh, well, this door unlocks." It's like, why did you tell us that the door? I never told you. Like,
All right, guys. Well,
Where
this
I-
concludes our video, I guess. So I thank you so much, guys, for joining me. Just all this together. I really, really appreciate y'all taking y'all time out y'all day, weekend, evening to talk about these three crazy ass movies. Zero. We're gonna I just seen you and your head was just twirling. I'm just.
Oh my lord!
Y'all said really too many times.
Hello, look. Really.
This is what happens when you have a drinking game.
You don't understand. I went to the liquor store for you guys.
No,
Thank you.
Oh, okay, come on.
I love that.
I know 1800 coconut with pineapple juice.
Girl, yeah.
Yeah, but I'm going with you.
Yes.
Damn sponsoring me, but whatever. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
All right. Well, again, thanks again, guys, for joining me for this Black Christmas episode. Y'all are all
I gotta pee, so
yes, I'm trying to get this over with. Like,
Devin is a mood.
guys, thank
Devin.
you so much.
Bobby,
thank you, Bobby.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
No, I had so much fun.
Thank you.
Not the ASMR ass shit. No, man.
Somebody can do an ASMR horror.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay, come on.
There is a movie this is a short. That's an ASMR.
What's the name?
What is it?
It's like called Snake Eyes or something. It's on YouTube for free.
Okay.
They suggest you put it on, put your headphones in. Snake Eyes on YouTube.
Of course it does.
7 minutes. It's really like ASMR. Like, ooh.
I don't know if I'm doing that.
So shaky.
Detailed sounds of skulls cracking in your ear, but it's like kind of erotic.
Hot. So hot.
Bones breaking.
But all right, guys, we're ending this, okay? Thank you, guys. Check out my people. Girl That's Scary. Listen to their podcast. Write a review. You know, give them 5 stars. Is it 5 stars on Apple Podcasts?
Yes, 5 stars.
5 stars on Apple Podcasts. Adrian Ray / her podcast. Check him out. Rate 5 stars. Give a review. Check out him and Stormy. Amazing.
Thank you.
Devin, Grae, Ash, Kill the Dead podcast. Check them out. 5 stars. Write a nice review. Show my love some people. Yeah.
I'll say your name like this.
Girl, 6 stars.
Thank you, Bobby.
Okay, come on.
6 stars. 10. Kyasia. Monstrosities Voice podcast. Kai Effects on Instagram. Check her out. Doing some amazing work there. Rate. Review. Yes.
Okay. Come on, merch.
Show my homie Mark some love on Wizard. Distortion. I can't think right now. Wizard.
6 stars.
Midnight Social Distortion. It's good.
Midnight Social Distortions. Yeah. My Instagram, his blog, amazing. My girl, Zero Gravity. Check her amazing content and her cosplay on Instagram. She always gives me my life every time I see her dressed up. I love it. I love it so much. And she's amazing. All these guys are amazing. I love you guys so much. Thanks again. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa.
Yes.
Kwanzaa, yes, sir.
Happy Boxing Day for all my Canadians.
Yes, the
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
on December 6th.
Yes, Canadians.
Yes.
We're talking about your movie here, 74 Black Christmas. Canadian.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So you can find my people, all the podcasts and shows that I just suggested. And yeah, guys, say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Happy
Bye.
holidays.
Watch out for Billy.
Yes. And Agnes.
Oh, and
Flesh cookies with milk, extra chewy.
I hate it when
Yeah.
families like,
Hey.